Hey, we live, BDB.
What's going on, everybody? How you feeling? How you living? You already know who it is. Your boy Jay, aka Big Daddy Beard, aka your favorite gamer's favorite gamer. Welcome back to another episode of our new segment hosted by the 9%. We need answers. Over here at this segment, basically our motto is we're only saying what you're thinking. And so that's how we like to do things over here. So shout out to the Word, shout out to Tay Eats, all my 9%ers out there. Big shout out to them. So tonight, for this episode, what we want to do is not only give you some insight on what's going on, but also pose a question for you to ask yourself in just everyday life and with the topic that we're going to be talking about tonight. So let's kick things off. So, as you guys know, with YouTube, with this platform, it's absolutely amazing. It is helping people go from nothing to something. It is giving people a voice, an opportunity to showcase their amazing God given skills, talents, you name it. It's a beautiful thing, especially now that it's been bought out by Google and now that they have ownership of it. And as you guys know, Google is the biggest search engine platform in the world. So you guys know YouTube's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So as it gets bigger and more people start to make their way onto this platform to do whatever they're going to do on this, everyone needs to understand that there's more than enough room at this huge table for everybody to come in, do their thing, enjoy themselves, and give people, something to look forward to, which is high quality entertainment and enjoyment. So that's the purpose of what this represents. Most of us know that. Most of us are already aware of it because most of us are content creators with whatever we do on our respective platforms. The bigger question is, why don't other people see the same thing that we see? How come they don't have the same understanding of this as we do? That's the big question. So, ever since I've been a content creator, I'm going to kind of share my story, keep it, as short and sweet as possible. I've been a YouTube content creator since mid 2018, going on about 6 years now. It's getting very close to that. So I'm not gonna lie, I've had a ball with it. From when I started to where I am now, I put in a lot of work. I've grinded, I've stayed as consistent, as creative as possible with everything that I'm doing on this platform. And I've got an opportunity to meet a lot of people, create a lot of relationships, and I'm still getting bigger as it goes on. Still meeting people, still connecting, networking, the whole 9 yards. So it's been an absolute ride so far. And I know the ride is going to continue to get better and better as it goes along. And, I've seen it for a lot of other people. And so what I just don't understand is how you have some people that see all those things, see that you're doing something good, see that you're making something of yourself, see that you're going from nothing to something, and just want to rain on that parade. I don't understand it. It just makes no sense, which begs another question. Instead of learning, instead of, hitting me up or coming to me like, hey, BDV, I see you doing big things. I see you making moves. I see you're embraced by tons of people locally, internationally, people all around the world. You're hustling, you're grinding, you're doing it way big. What can I do or teach me that'll help me get to where you are? Because the way I look at it is this: you help me, I help you. In return, it helps us. So rather than take notes now, what do y'all want to do? You want to criticize, you want to chastise, you want to disrespect, you want to ridicule, You want to try to paint these ugly ass pictures and narratives and storylines about people like myself and others, trying to put a bad taste in everyone's mouth and make it seem like we are who we aren't. I don't understand that. And it just makes utterly no sense. You know, how some people don't have the common sense to just get on here and do the exact same thing we're doing. Now, if you don't want to be a content creator, if you rather just kind of kick back and see what other people are doing and enjoy yourself, then do there's that. We have no problem with that. But if this is something that you want to do it. But learn from others that are doing the exact same thing, because we're all here to help one another. We're all here to grow. We're all here to do the exact same thing, which is entertain, because that's what this platform is about. This is an entertainment based platform. So people watch these videos, they tune into this content because they want to be entertained. It gives them something to look forward to. It gives them something to enjoy. It puts a smile on their face, makes them laugh, makes them cry. Whatever type of emotions they're going through, that's what this is for. That's why you have so many different people, doing so many different things, from gaming to, um, motivational speaking, to doing art, to doing um, anything you could think of, podcasts, whatever. So that's what this is for. This is what we're here to do. And we're here to also show everybody that it's not hard. It's not difficult if you really want to do it. So you would think, with all of that being said and done, why not just do that? Why not, you know, ask us, talk to us, as you're connecting with us, as you're tuning into our content? Why not check out what we're doing and learn from us to get to a point where you can do exactly what we're doing and truly enjoy yourself, just same way we enjoy ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how I look at it. But it just seems like so many people who sit here and say, "Oh, I'm not a negative person,"
Say what up though, real quick. Can y'all hear me?
loud and clear.
I'm out with the kids walking. But yeah, I'm gonna tap in. I can't really see the chat score. Commander, hey Commander, if you want to come up, let me know. I can put the link in the community wall. Prez, what up, brother? Who else in the chat? Tay, appreciate you, sis. BB, appreciate you, brother. I'm going back on mute.
Hold on,
Salute.
how I stream?
Go to more, and it should be option in there for you to share stream to. It should say share stream to your viewers. Once you tap more, if you might have to go out and come back in if it wasn't available when you first pushed it. Go ahead, ride the bike, baby.
I think it's checked, but it thinks I'm you.
Oh, you know what? I don't know how that worked because I made you an administrator, so that's probably because you're in that role. So you might can't share the screen because of the role you're in.
Ah, okay. Okay. Hey,
Hey, this
everyone.
sugar love.
But BDB, you said that people can go to people and ask people, hey, what are you doing? And this and that. Some people don't want to do that because they don't want to say that they got anything from you.
Yeah, they never do, because I guess they don't want to feel like you're getting all the credit, or that you're
Right.
just, and it's really not about that. It's not about who is getting more credit than who, or who's, you know, um, getting more flowers than the other person. It's more so about truly helping people out. Everybody that tunes into what I do and tunes into my channel, people that, hit me up outside of the streams, even on the streams, I'm always looking to help people. As I said, help me, help you, help us. Because what people like that don't realize is I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have it all figured out. I'm always trying to learn from as many people as possible. So if I can meet somebody else who is doing the exact same thing I'm doing, or even if they're not doing the same thing and they want to learn from me, in return, I'm pretty sure there's something I'm going to learn from them. Therefore, we learn from each other. And this is how we grow and establish and build into becoming a bigger thing. And this is, if you think about it, this is how communities grow. Communities don't sit here and, say, oh, it's all about this person. This person's doing everything. No, communities learn from one another. You learn from your fellow individual, and they learn from that person, and so forth and so forth. And before you know it, you are becoming a tight knit tribe. You're becoming that cohesive unit that, and now everybody is winning. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody's happy. And it's nothing but positive vibes all around. There's nobody stepping on anybody's toes. There's no one making someone else feel less of themselves or making them feel unimportant. It's the opportunity for everybody to eat, for everybody to do their thing and work their way up to the top. And honestly, I think it starts with not coming into this having a jealous or negative mind state. That's why one of the things I always ask people, whenever people say they want to become a content creator or they want to start to establish themselves into this type of work or this type of avenue, you got to ask yourself, is this something that you really want to do? That's the first question before you can even start to do anything else. This is something that you want to do? Do you want to become a content creator? Because if you don't, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe this is just not your lane. Maybe this is not your avenue. But if you are going to do it to the fullest and enjoy doing it. Have fun doing it, because this is the biggest problem with today's society. People aren't having fun anymore. Everybody is just doing what they see everybody else doing, not really putting their all into it, not really dedicated and committed to it, just following behind the next person. Oh, hey, this person's content creating. Maybe I should just start content creating. And that's why you see so many people come and go, because this is just something they're truly not ready for. And then, what ends up happening if things don't go as planned? Now they're frustrated. Now they're pissed off at everyone and everything, not realizing we're not the problem. You're the problem, because you just can't look in the mirror and realize, okay, this just wasn't for me. And that's perfectly fine. But just because it may not be for you doesn't mean you have to put people in a position to believe that it's not for them too. This is what we wanted to do. This is what we chose to do. Nobody forced us. There was no gun put to our head. This is something we chose to do. So we're doing it. So if you want to do it and truly have fun with it, and make something of yourself, and do big things with it. And it'll take you as far as you need it to go. But don't continue to sit here and chastise others and get mad if things don't necessarily work out for you or they don't work in your favor. Don't get upset at the next person because they're putting in more work. Maybe this just wasn't for you. Perfectly fine. But it just kind of drives me nuts how I've seen so many content creators come and go. I've seen so many people start out, they start to get on the roll, and then, say, for example, I don't know, a certain video or short or live doesn't go as planned, or maybe the next couple don't necessarily take off and blow up, maybe like that first one did when they first came onto the scene. And so now they're frustrated. So now they're basically trying to point the finger and getting mad at the next person, and basically try to take the blame off of themselves. It's not our fault. It's your fault, because you got to ask yourself, what is it that you're doing that's causing your channel or your content to go downhill? You got to stay as consistent, as creative as possible. We don't live in a world anymore where creativity is the thing anymore. Originality is the thing no more. Everybody's either trying to duplicate, imitate, or recreate. We got to get back to when it was original, when everybody was doing something different. Everybody was bringing something different to the table. Nobody seems to want to do that now. You got people just doing whatever they think right now is the trending thing at the moment, or whatever is popping, or whatever they think is going to help them become this next big thing. And a lot of times it backfires. I'll give you a perfect example. Y'all remember that dumbass challenge they did a while back? What was it? The crate challenge or something like that?
Oh man. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty dumb.
Y'all remember that, right? How long did
Yeah.
that last? I'll
Not
wait.
that long because people was getting hurt. That was stupid.
Exactly. But they don't look at it like that. Instead, there's so many other things they could be doing, but it's like, oh, wow, everybody else is doing dumb shit, racing across a bunch of milk cartons. I'll do the same thing. Not realizing, oh, okay, now I'm in ICU for the rest of my life. Now I'm stuck to a wheelchair for the rest of my life. Now, my arm is hanging out of my socket. It's like, come on. Where's the sense in that? But of course, you know what they do? The minute stuff like that happens, oh, now they're pissed off. Now they're upset. Now it's everybody else's fault. Did nobody tell your dumbass to pile up a bunch of milk cartons and run across it? What is the purpose of that?
Yeah, that was dumb. But I do agree. Sometimes trends can get you, so it when you're especially starting off, trends is sometimes the way to go depending on what's your genre. Cause it'll put you in the algorithm and it'll get you in there. Now once you in there, you don't have to do the trends if you don't want to. But if it's not a dumb trend, like I wouldn't suggest a cart or something where you're gonna hurt yourself, I wouldn't suggest. But if it's a fun little trend that nobody's gonna get hurt, I don't see anything wrong to put yourself into the algorithm.
Yeah, and yeah,
And
and
I
just the
want to tap in real quick on that point you made too, Tay. Um, going back to that part, what people don't understand, because a lot of people who come on here don't have experience with like business, right? So if you open a business, you know what you look for. You look for uh, people who can help you, who've been doing it for a long period of time. When you start a business, you ain't worried about who getting credit, as long as you saying success. Especially when you're starting something. And that mindset to me, like I don't want no help because I don't want nobody to be able to. A lot of times, I wonder on what level of success people had in life, because almost everything in life you need assistance, you need help. I understand people go through stuff because I've been through it. When you go through stuff and people help you and then they throw it in your face. But if you're trying to be successful in things, that's one of the risks you have to take because you don't know. And sometimes figuring it out for yourself, that don't work out, especially doing something like this. Uh, but I just wanted to add that point. Commander, what up, though?
What up, the word?
what's going on.
Hey,
What up,
Commander.
Nine? Hey, Tay. Good
What's
evening,
up,
in chat.
man?
What's up?
What's going
What
on?
up, man?
I'm here for support.
Hey,
But yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what you guys were saying, um, I have no problem with people wanting to, get into these trends and do their thing, even if it's necessarily follow behind someone else. But if you are going to do it, there's so many different creative lanes and avenues that you can do that doesn't look like you're just trying to piggyback off the next person. Like for gaming, as a perfect example, there's tons of people that I know in the gaming community. You have some that stick to a certain type of game. You have those that are variety gamers like myself. There's so many different lanes and avenues you can go with it, and nothing wrong with that. But you know, try to find the creativity in what you're doing. Even though you're doing something similar to the next person, there's so many different ways you can go with it that allows you to stand out, you know, because the way I look at it is this: in order to be the best, you got to stand out from the rest, which means you can, pursue whatever you want to pursue, but do something that's going to put you in a different conversation. That's going to allow you to stand out in a sense and become your own individual. So now you're just not looking like a mimic or a copycat of what someone else is doing. And, that's the problem with today's society now. Just too many people trying to do what everybody else is doing instead of, learning from these people and taking that and applying it and going off and doing their own thing. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with seeking help and asking questions and learning as much as possible so that you can now apply that to go and do your thing. And exactly, it is for attention, and it's for the wrong attention. And it just makes utterly no sense at all. Like, this is what you got to do to get attention. Oh yeah, let me climb a bunch of milk cartons and look like a damn fool hurting myself just to get attention. Oh yeah, let me do a challenge that makes so sense. Y'all remember that other challenge they had? It was like the toilet bowl challenge or something like that. Y'all remember that one?
Is that the one where they dump a bunch of stuff
Mm.
in there?
That
Different
was
colors?
the that was
And
the
it's
one,
toxic?
one where they were doing stuff like licking the toilet bowls and like, first off, why? Why the hell are you licking a toilet bowl? I don't care how clean it is. That's unsanitary. Why are you doing that? And this is a trend. This is going viral. This is helping people. What? You're licking a goddamn toilet where people piss and shit at. Make it make sense. That's not a trend. That's not that's not kosher. Where's the sense in that? And you're doing and you're doing that for attention. Now you're sick. Now you're hospitalized, and now you're mad at the world. No, who told you to go do that? There's so many other things you could have done. There's so many
Are
other
these
ways to make,
are
huh?
these grown people doing this? Are they
Grown,
like teenagers?
all ages. I've seen it. The reason why a lot of people don't know about it is because it came and went because people finally woke up and realized how stupid it was to do that. It, I couldn't even believe that was a thing. I'm just like, wow, like this
I
is
ain't trying to be I ain't trying to be funny, but I wonder if they were inspired by like people in jail making hooch out the toilet, and they just didn't know they actually used a plastic bag. They didn't just put the hooch in the toilet.
they were just. I saw it. I remember it. It didn't last very long. People were literally like, how people dare you to do stuff like, oh, I dare you to do this. I dare you to try that. It was one of those things. Oh, I dare you to lick the toilet bowl, and the person licks it. Now the next person's doing it, and then so forth and so forth. I'm like, this is a viral thing, and people are watching this, and they're enjoying this. This is entertainment. This is where it's going now. Come on, what? Uh, I wish you would. I wish I would try to do something like lick a toilet bowl. I'll kick my own ass. Please, no. But
I know the
again,
thing for me is this is about as far as like what we have learned. And I know for me, I have learned a lot since I've been on here. I've been on here I think what 2, 3 years now. I can't even. I think it's almost 3 years, you guys. I've been on here. So as far as editing, things like that, it's a lot of things that I've picked up along the way. Other people have taught me and helped me with because when you first get on here, you don't know a lot of things unless you have someone showing you, helping you, you know. But I personally feel like consistency is the key. You have to be able to be consistent on here, and you can't look to be like overnight success. Some people do get overnight success, you know, but I feel like it doesn't happen for everybody. So it's literally just, it's a journey. This is a journey. It's a long journey, you know, and I think that's how everybody should look at it. Um, I think the issue, you want to say something, Commander?
Well, no, I was gonna say like consistency, right? Because some people like they keep switching it up to see what hits, but sometimes they should just. It's hard to know when to switch it up and when to just stick with something and keep going and just be consistent with that one thing you're doing.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
And there's so many different avenues to explore with whatever you're doing. If it is art, if it's gaming, if it's cooking, you know, doing theater, acting, sports, so many different lanes and places you can go with it. Again, it just starts with just having a creative mindset. And, you know, once you do that, sky's the limit with anything that you want to do. And the creativity just builds and builds. But, you know, people are just either too lazy or just don't have that complex to do that. They're just trying to find the quickest way to just, you know, become the next big thing and, you know, make it and, you know, say, you know, that I'm on top of the world. But, you know, like I said, it's easy to get into this. But once you're on top, how long can you stay on top? Yeah, you can go viral from doing this, that, and the third. But the minute you go viral, you notice how most of these people, you know, you don't see them again because now they can't figure out what to follow up with next. That helped them become this big thing, that they helped them become this big sensation. Think about anybody that you know that had a viral moment. Where are they now? I'll wait. That's enough. Yeah, gone. You don't hear about them no more. You don't see them no more. Who was that one goofy kid that was that backpack kid, the one that was doing that crazy looking arm swinging dance? Where is he now? I'll wait. That's enough. Gone. You don't see him no more. Yeah, you saw him. He went viral. He took over Times Square. He had everybody all along the street doing it. Yeah, he was on a couple of different shows and concerts doing it. Gone now. Ain't nobody swinging their arms back and forth no more. I wasn't even doing it. I looked at him like this had to be the dumbest looking thing I ever seen. And he went viral for this. He's a sensation, overnight sensation because of this. But where is he now? Exactly. Again, it's that get rich quick mindset. Exactly. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Exactly. Exactly. And some people don't understand that. And it's really sad. It's really depressing. The other thing I don't understand is all this social media beefing. Like, what is that about? Do we not realize that most of these people that we're engaging in conversation with, we're probably never going to meet them. We're probably never going to see them. So why the hell are we so busy worrying about what they're saying or doing or thinking? You know, especially, you know, on this platform, you know, YouTube. You know,
It's a sport. It's a sport for some people. You know, that's how they get their views and their channels are based on that. Tay, you wanted to finish your thought?
um,
Can you hear me?
oh,
Mm.
what's good with it?
What up,
Y'all
I
get
hear
Eric?
you.
busted on the y'all get busted on the panel. G, my 33. What up though, man? Miss Tracy, appreciate you. East Dad, what's up though?
We got Big Gary in the building. Hold on, we got to do it right. We got to do the theme song, everybody. Gary, Gary, bust it down, Brown. Why y'all ain't singing?
Oh my goodness.
Come on, y'all should know the theme song by now. Anytime he steps in the building, that's the 70s theme song.
I didn't know we was doing that for him.
Yeah, I told word. Didn't we talk about this? Every time we see Gary, that's gonna be his new 70s theme music.
Bro, I'm in the process of looking for a beat to put your voice to. I clipped it already. I'm just looking for a beat. I'm gonna have a drop and everything for it. Don't worry about it. It's coming soon. What?
Yes. Huh? So that's the new theme song. Anytime y'all see Gary bust it down, Brown, that's the 70s theme song. Y'all gotta make sure y'all say 70s words at the end of it, like jive, turkey, and sucker. Uh, but yeah. So, where'd he go? I'm sure he'll be back. But yeah,
He
that's
gonna
another.
come back. His audio. He's having issues with the audio.
Okay, okay. But yeah, that's the other thing
Hmm.
I don't understand. All this social media beefing and all of this nonsense that just gets out of hand. You know, when people are doing streams and people are coming in and saying this and that and the third. Why are we gravitating towards that? Why are we worrying about that? There's so many people that are tuning in, that are watching from all around. Most of these people we don't know. Most of these people we're never going to see or even meet. Now, some you may, depending on who it is, depending on where they live or how close by and stuff like that. But I would say the vast majority, out of 100, I would say maybe the chances of you meeting most of the people that you connect with is maybe a strong, I don't know, 30%. The rest of that 70%, you're not going to meet these people. So why are you worrying about what they're saying and doing? Why are you worried about why they're coming in and just doing the most? Again, it's all attention. They're
I
trying to
do
make
have
it.
to say, when you try to say something or you put my character out there, the majority of the time I'm gonna want to respond to something like that.
Yeah, true.
You know, because
And
I just feel like some people, they just don't. You can't say certain things like that. You don't have the right to. I have a right to defend myself.
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying not to, but if you got to look at it this way too, you work hard to build a community and build a network of people that truly love and support you. So if they've been rocking with you since day one and you got people coming in saying this and that, those people know the truth just as well as you, because people only say stuff about you if it's true. But if you know it's not true, you're not even going to worry about it. You're not even going to gravitate to it.
Right.
So why let it phase you? You know. And as I've mentioned, in many of my streams, you're becoming a big name when you start to get more and more people that troll and say this and that and come in and just try to kill the overall vibe of what you worked so hard to establish. You know, it's like, and I always quote this reference again for those that listen to music, hip hop, like I do. For those that are a fan of Drake, even though I know people are probably like non-team Drake because of the whole situation with him and Kendrick, that's neither here nor there. But if you go back and listen to Drake's first album, he had a song called "The Light." The first album was called "Thank Me Later." There's a song featuring Jay-Z. I never forget the line Jay-Z said, and he was actually, kind of telling a story about his own experiences to Drake. He said, and I quote, he said, "Drake, here's how they're going to come at you with silly rap feuds, trying to distract you in disguise of a form of a favor." Hold on. Y'all ain't hear me. Let me rewind that back. For everybody in the back of the congregation that's asleep, wake your ass up. I said, Drake, here's how they're going to come at you with silly rap feuds, trying to distract you in disguise of a form of a favor. Think about that for a minute. What do you think about that? It just goes back to what I was saying about people cracking jokes and clowning instead of taking notes. They would rather dish you and
In
shit
form of a favor.
in the form
Say
of
it
a
again.
favor.
Who?
Because, huh?
In form of, I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
In disguise in the form of a favor. Basically meaning that they could just come to you and ask you how to help them grow and become bigger and become, a big sensation, a big deal, just like you are. But instead of doing
Basically
that,
use you.
exactly, and diss you, you know. And again, even if people don't necessarily listen to Drake, that was what Jay-Z said. That's what he told him in his verse to Drake. And damn if it wasn't the truth, because that's exactly what started happening as his career started to blossom. He had people that were doing that. That's why if you notice a lot of the diss songs that he says, he mentions how people quickly turned their back and changed up as he got bigger. People that, were on his side, that were, coming to him and he was helping them get bigger and become a big deal, quickly turn the tables and change things around. It's the exact same thing on here. That's what a lot of these people do because they don't know any better. Rather than say, "Hey, Tay, Word, Cat, Gary, You know, like I see you doing big things. How can I get to where you are? What can I do? What advice can you give me? You know, what knowledge can you instill and bestow upon me to help me get to where you are? Because I'm really trying to do this, that, and the third. Instead of doing that, no, now it's shade, now it's hate, now it's animosity. Oh
This
nah,
is my problem.
what's that?
Is people be having people's contact information, but would rather do a live about somebody to gain attention than to just have a conversation with that person.
Facts.
Because again,
That's
they don't know
weird to
me.
me. That's
It is
really
weird.
weird to me.
It's very weird. But again, we live in an attention based world now where you have a lot of people that would rather do the opposite than do exactly what you just said. And it's sad, but it's the truth.
And these
Well, they
people are
don't.
really, these people are super weird that you could literally be talking about no one and they will say, that was for me. What?
Hmm.
I wasn't even talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. You wasn't even on my mind. Why
Yeah,
is you making yourself irrelevant or relevant
I
when you
think
wasn't? You're irrelevant.
once somebody does that, like they've already decided that they don't want a resolution. They don't want to talk to someone behind the scenes. Like they've already made that choice once they've gone out and went live stream.
it's like the saying goes, it's only true if you think it's about you. If it's not about you, you're not going to worry about it. If you know the truth, but some people just don't look at it that way.
Now,
So
if you go to the person behind the scenes and you're like, hey, like I felt some sort of way. Was this for me, or is there something we should talk about? And then that becomes a like disruption. Then maybe I can see if they're mad, and then they're just gonna take it public. But
yeah,
even then, they probably shouldn't. They should just let it go and
they,
be over with it.
yeah, they shouldn't. And there's nothing. We've gotten so far away from being able to talk out the issues or the problems or whatever it is, and finding an amicable solution that works and benefits for everybody. Too many people are doing that now because, like I said, it just falls back to this whole attention based thing where it's like, oh, okay, I can use this as a media tool to help me get myself going if I, shade this person or make this
Yeah,
person look and feel less of themselves. And see, for us, what we have to realize is that if we give in to that, we're only letting them win. You know,
it's
it's
only drawing attention back to them because like I've seen so many people like, oh, I'm trying to expose this person. I'm trying to like, and all that does is like send more people to their channel. And then once they're there, they're like, oh, I kind of like this person, and now they're like, a sub.
exactly,
Now that person's getting views. Like it backfires, in my opinion.
exactly. Which brings me to my next point, and this one really irritates the hell out of me. What is all this shit about quote unquote stealing subs? What?
Poaching subs. No,
Poaching, stealing,
poaching.
borrowing, loaning. What? I,
Yeah, didn't you know we subs we're just like pawns?
but see, here's the thing, and this goes back to what I said in the beginning. This platform is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. There is more than enough room at this table for everybody to do their thing. So I don't get this whole, oh, you're stealing my subs. You're taking away my community. You're taking away all the people that show support to me. What? How? That's not even
Wait,
possible.
that's really a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. And I've seen like feuds and beef stir up because people have this mindset that, oh, you're out here sub stealing. You're out here taking away my community. No. I don't know.
The- With this,
I didn't know
with
that
this
was a
point,
thing.
my bad. I just want to ask, everybody on the panel this question though. Off of that statement you just said, do you think it's, uh, do you think like, okay, if GDB doing a live stream, is it okay for me to come in there and say, hey, hi, everybody doing? And then as I'm going out, well, I'm about to start my live, or I'm starting my live soon. Um, like, how do y'all feel about that?
That's rude. That's straight up rude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think that's spilling subs, but like people do that, and to me, that's like that's ignorant, man. That's rude. Like we're going this way, yeah.
I think I called that out
Uh,
on your channel, the word. I think it was your channel. Somebody did that. And then, yeah.
yeah. It's different if you guys are cool or you know each other, and you've talked or you've conversed, and you're getting ready to go live, and then instead of waiting, that person knows you're going live and goes at the same time. That's different, understandable. But the way I look at it is this: again, this platform is big, it's huge, it's more than enough room for everybody to do their thing, everybody to enjoy themselves and have fun. You got to think about how many people that everybody mutually knows and how many people support others. So the way I look at it is, maybe not necessarily go live at the same time as that person, but know that these people are still going to support you either way. And this is what I tell people all the time. I have tons of people who hit me up. Oh, BD, I'm sorry I missed your live. I'm sorry that I didn't catch your stream. I don't trip over that. I don't get mad about that. You know why? Because support is support. I'm appreciative of just the people that, catch the replay or do make the lives or do share it out or any of that. We don't ever look at that. We don't look at it as, there's so many different levels to support. I remember I was telling my aunt about this because, she's building herself up. She's becoming a YouTube content creator. She's getting her channel going. And she was just like, she's like, it's just kind of sad that, more people aren't coming in and tuning in when you're live. And I'm like, look, auntie, like, it's not that. It's just that you got to think about how many people there's out there supporting and how many people might be going live at the same time, not knowing, this person might be doing this and doing that. It's okay. You're going to still get that support. One thing that I learned from my lady, that the replay value of what we do with these streams is bigger than people actually tuning into the lives, because you got to think about all the people that can't make those lives that are going to come back and watch what you've done. That's really how you grow. That's really how you start to build your channel and build your content. You might have a live where you only maybe have 5 or 6 people, the same people tuning in or coming through. And people get frustrated and mad about that. But then the next day, after the video is processed or the stream is processed, because I think it takes 13, 14 hours before it fully processes. You can look now, yeah, you now refresh, you fast forward 13, 14 hours later, you might have had that live stream where, it started off with just maybe 5 views, 5 turns into 100, 100 turns to 1,000. And you just never know. And again, if it's really good, if it's really entertaining, it'll grow right before your eyes. I had a video that I did maybe 2 years ago with my brother. Him and I did like a collaboration stream. It's this video game called The Block. Now, our audio, everything probably wasn't intact, but we still did the stream. We had fun. We did our thing. I went back, and watched it, the replay of it, like after it fully processed. I think only maybe had like 60 views at the time. I don't remember the exact number, but it was somewhere around that ballpark figure. Fast forward a couple years later, that video is almost at 6K. Yeah, I had to clean the coal out my eyes and stuff like that. I like, wait, hold on, what? I even told my brother, I'm like, look at this, and he was like, wow. He's like, that's crazy. I'm like, a video that we didn't even expect to do that well did better than we expected, did way beyond the expectations. So again, you just never know. It's not a thing of sub stealing and doing and taking people's crowds and audiences. It's about doing what you love and not worrying about what the next person is doing and getting upset about that.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right? For example, right? Let's say Tay goes live, right? And I go live at the same time. So I know we may have 50 people that share our views or watches us or whatever the case may be. I'm a wait just because she's doing her thing on that side. We don't have the same content. I understand that, but the fact that just to take away you know a few hours from that, for me, I wouldn't go about it that way. And that's anybody with any content. I don't. It doesn't matter to me because at the end of the day, even if I get those viewers, I'm only putting information on the table or advice on the table. If they come back and watch it, that's one thing, but it's still there. So I really don't, it doesn't really bother me. But I would prefer to make sure that there's nobody in the view of being caught up in the mist because I don't want nobody to choose. There
Yeah,
should be no choice as far as I'm concerned. It should just be all right. I'm watching you because your content is good and I'm told I'm with taking information, and I would want the same for Tay because Tay does things. She varies, so her topic may be more important than my topic. So just that fact alone, I would fall back until she's done. So
yeah,
I don't think it's sub stealing or whatever it is because the majority of us are supporting each other in the first place. It's just the fact that her content may be more important for certain people than my content. So I'm not even going to try to interrupt that content in itself.
yeah. No, completely understandable. And like I said, what you just said, Gary, nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with it. But also, too, I'm not speaking so much on us collectively. I'm speaking for everybody else that, comes into this and starts to make a name for themselves, or people that are established and yet still growing. They have that type of mindset that, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that. You're taking away from what I've worked so hard to accomplish. Not at all. Not at all. Because what we have to understand, too, is we live in a very technologically advanced society now where people have multiple devices. I've actually connected with people who have the setups where they're watching 5 or 6 people all at one time, and how they're doing it, I don't know. I don't ask, but I mean, hey, they're
Who
finding
has the
ways
time to
to.
do all that? Like
I
somebody
mean,
would literally do that.
I
That's
mean,
too
believe.
much.
I mean, yeah, it may be too much for certain people, but then there's others that have been doing this for so long, and they found a way to do it. So I mean, more power to them to be able to do it. But I mean, the way I look at it is, everybody's going to grow. Everybody's going to do their thing. You know, we're going to all have people that we
Not
mutually,
everybody.
huh?
No, let me stop. I said not everybody.
Not- yeah, true. Not everybody, but a certain majority.
The
You
people be
know,
on live that don't do absolutely nothing or
yeah.
don't do nothing in their videos. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. I definitely understand that. But again, that just goes
Yeah,
back to the thing about the community that as we all build and we all grow, we're all going to continue to support one another. Like that's never going to change, and it's never going to get to a point where I feel like anybody's toes are getting stepped on. You know, um, like take me for example. You know, I don't know everybody's schedule because for me, like when it comes to my gaming and stuff, I don't really schedule them. Whenever I have an opportunity, I just go live when I get a chance to. But I try not to stay on there too long. The only thing I actually do schedule is my podcast, and that's pretty much it. But the rest of the time, I'm still able to support others the same way they support me. And truthfully, like I said, that's how we grow, and that's how we become bigger. By staying by each other, by building a network of people who truly care and know that okay, you know we don't never have to worry about Tay or Word getting into it, because like I said, they already support each other and they know people that mutually support them, and they're going to continue to do that. We never have to worry about Kat and Gary having a situation because yes, they support each other just as much as the mutual people support each other. So it's
Man, they cuss me out every day. What y'all talking about? I'm,
What?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Poor
I
little
gotta,
Tink Tink.
I gotta stop joking because people really be taking stuff serious. I'm gonna stop joking. Tay do not cuss me out every day.
No, no.
It's
Every
every
other
other
day.
day.
He
Let
he
me
is
Wow.
stop.
being
I'll
you.
stop
So
it.
you know
I'm
I be
joking.
cussing.
And today is
Word
gonna
go
be
to
the day.
HR.
See, that's why
Word
you're
go
in
to
the
HR.
clubhouse now, Snoopy.
Tay is the sweetest person on the planet, and I'm not joking. Tay is a sweetheart. I'm telling you, like, I'll be honest. That's why I'm so cool with Tay. Like, ever since I've been on her, man, she helped me. She looked out, helped guide me through this YouTube thing. Pulled my coattail when it needed to be pulled. So one of the things, real quick, while I got a minute, that I learned on here, I don't mean to switch the thing, but you're gonna meet some good people, you're gonna meet some bad people. You know, just appreciate the good people more than you harbor on the bad people. That's what I'm still in the process of learning that because you know when you have a bad experience, just natural human instincts, you don't want to go through that again. So you will end up closing yourself off. But if you do that, then you eliminate an opportunity to meet the right people. So I'm still in that mind frame. Shout out to my brother Gary. You know he be on my head too, and I'm not joking. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. You gonna meet some good people. You gonna meet some bad. Just allow the good to outweigh the bad. It's hard sometimes because of the experiences, but you don't want to close yourself off. All right, I'm going back on mute.
No, I
Yeah.
Like
agree. We
going
go
back to
ahead.
BDB's comment, right? You know, it's different for like people like BDB and myself per se, right? Because sometimes you just have that instinct to go, like just go.
Hmm.
Sometimes you inspired, like yo, just push the button and go live, right? And when that happens, it's not out of disrespect because sometimes the inspiration might get lost before you even gather it. Sometimes, so sometimes that does happen. It doesn't mean that you trying to interrupt nobody's process, interrupt anybody's flow. But you know, if you have that one spark, you try to get it out there before the spark goes away. So it's not even about nothing else but that if somebody feels that way, you know, it sucks to be them, you know. It's not intentional. If you really understood the person that was doing the situation, it's not intentional. BDB might just say, you know what, yo, I just want to play this game real quick, all right, let me go live. And at the same time you're like, damn, uh some one of his peoples or one of his rivals is going on in about 10 minutes. That's not to stop that person from doing anything. It's just the fact that yo, let me get this game in before I don't want to play no more, and I can make content and I could get some hours in. So I
Exactly.
understand that process as well. But it's different if you doing like, if you're doing shorts and premieres and then you scheduling something. If you know you scheduling something and you doing it intentionally, that's something different. But if you get inspired to do it, like let's just say right after this live, I go live. It's not intentional because something may have sparked me to say, let me go live and have the conversation. It's
Yeah.
not that, what I mean? I'm stealing anybody's thunder or whatever. It's something that made me want to go and push the issue. I mean, I don't know. I just think, like you said, it is a large thing, but at the same time, you gotta have understanding and discernment. You gotta read the person who's actually doing it. If you think that person is doing it on purpose, all right, let them have it. But if you know they ain't doing it on purpose, still let them have it. Because at the end of the day, you gotta have the confidence in yourself to say, you know what, my content makes sense, and I'm just gonna push it out.
Exactly. Well said. Take him to church, brother. Preach on
I
preaching.
I agree. I agree. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, me personally, I'm not going like I know Word has a exact slot time. Me personally, I'm not gonna go live around that time. That's me. You feel me? Now let it be somebody else besides that's not in the 9%. Yeah, I'll go. Not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to go over you or anything like that. But I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
You know? That's just what it is. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. And if anybody go over me, I don't see nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. I ain't got no
Exactly.
problem with that, you know.
Yeah,
But as far as like the people on here, I have to agree with, what Word said is that, like, when you come across bad people, it really does, it want to close you in where you just want to be like, I don't want to mess with nobody. Because when you go through that experience, it pulls you back and it make you just be like, you know what, that's it, I'm done. I'm done with everybody. Nah, I don't want to be nobody friend on here. No, I don't want to associate with anybody on here. Because my first year, it happened to me. Trying to be cool, come on here, don't know nothing about nothing. And I was a little swan, whatever you want to call it, and got ate up, but lesson learned. So when you talk about what I've learned, especially on here, it's kind of almost like a relationship. You have to just let people kind of do what they do and just fill them out and see how they are, you know? But even then, because a lot of the times you're not in people's face, you don't know them personally, and a lot of people can put on a persona and all of that, you know? So that's a lot too that just being careful with as far as people, and I would say like have discernment. If you are not discerned, you don't have that together, I would say work on that before you even get on here, because man, be careful who
exactly,
you involve yourself with. You got to have discernment to figure out who for you and who not.
exactly. Well said.
That's difficult. That's the crazy part right there. The knowing who's for you and against you. Like I'm gonna use me for example, right? If I'm sitting there talking about, I need, people need to read the room better. I'm actually talking to myself at the same time, right? I mean, it's different for everybody, but I'm speaking for me because if I'm telling you you got to do something, I got to do it too. And then hopefully at the same time, you know, you see that I'm trying my best to keep what I'm saying active in my life. Like, if, for example, if I say, "Yo, listen, if anybody needs somebody to talk to, I'm here for you." I can't then turn around and just say I'm not available for you because A, B, and C. Because now I look like a fool. I look like a jerk off. And it's like, why are you sitting there having these conversations, pushing that issue, and you're not going to stand up to the plate? I truly believe that your content is especially for me, right? No disrespect to anybody on the panel, because if we was to believe that BDB content is character, he plays games. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying for me because I'm in a different lane than maybe everybody else except for, well, Tay does it, but like I said, she varies. But my main conversation and my points is about improving on myself or helping somebody improve themselves. So I have to do a little bit more, right? So I can't turn around and say, yo, you know what? You don't have the emotional intelligence, and then I turn around and get mad because a troll gets on my my live, because now I'm looking like a fool, and I'm just defeating myself, and that's more of a detraction from people than an attraction for people. You know what I mean? So it's all about your patience and your understanding, like Tay said, your discernment.
Exactly.
But at some point, when you get bigger, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to offer that to everybody. Because imagine like 10 people contacting you that want to talk.
Well, then
It's a
we're gonna
lot.
have to do a schedule. No, we're gonna have to do a schedule then. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at the, at at the end of the day, like I truly believe, like I promise you, I believe this. I know that there's so many people that be on this thing that would rather talk to a stranger than talk to somebody that they actually know,
Oh,
because there's
absolutely.
no judgment coming in, right? For example, if somebody in the chat just turned around and said, "Yo, Gary, what's your Instagram?" and I give it to them, they're probably going to reach out to me and we're going to have that conversation. But my job is to make sure that that one thing don't get out there. I have to be who I am. And so, if as long as I do my part, I think that their testimony has to be that yo, he's keeping his content. His character is his content. If he says
Yeah,
he's
you
gonna
can't.
reach out to you, that's what he's gonna do.
Well, and it has to be confidential. You can't be telling people's business. Like there's this one lady who's like, "Yeah, contact me." And she has communication with a lot of people, but then she starts leaking information, like here and there on accident or I don't know if on purpose. And I'm like, "Yeah, don't tell that lady nothing cuz your business is going to get out there." But you don't seem that way, so that's
Social
good.
media informants.
And real quick, off of what I want to build off of what Gary said because I feel like my content is my character. When he first said that, I mean, it still to this day resonates so strong, and it's something in back of my head now that I didn't really think of, but I know I did it. Um, because like by profession, I'm a life coach now. When I first started, I wasn't, but I mentored. But like the content, like he said, it's hard like with people like us, it's hard, because your content is your character. So I talk about behavior, personality. I'm a life coach. So if I'm telling someone something like this is how you do this, and then I display something else, then it's like, that's a knock on what my content is, So my
But
question
was
to
it an
Gary.
accident cuz you're not perfect?
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. Because I like even when I talk behavior, I talk about consistency. I believe like we all human, right? None of us is go reach perfection while we here. Some of us might or whatever, but ultimately, there's gonna be things done. Um, what we learn from it, where can you still hear me? I had to switch my Bluetooth. Um,
Yeah, we can
we
hear
gonna
you.
have our days where we have good days, we have bad days. So if I'm not me personally, if I see something in someone and it's not consistent, then I look to see what stimulated it, right? Because I can say I'm a positive person. I'm not going for me. I'm gonna use myself. If I say, I don't talk about women, and then somebody catch me talking about a woman. Oh, I thought you didn't talk about a woman, but did you see why I did it? That's what people don't look at. That people don't look at why. People don't find the intention and why people do things because looking at that attention sometimes, and I'm gonna use Tay for an example. I hope she don't mind. She probably will get me later, but people like to think Tay is just like wild, outrageous, and will cuss you out because when she do it, people like, oh shit, but they never see why. Like if someone is poking at me or pushing me or prodding me or attacking me, and then I defend myself and whoop your ass, then how am I a bad person? Because like we talked about the other day, cause and effect. What we see the effect, but what caused it? People don't go to that cause enough. How can you say she's an angry person when she's not you're not seeing that consistently, you're seeing her angry because of a cause something happened to make her angry. You see what I'm saying? And it's hard because
Exactly.
most people just looking out, they on the outside looking in, and they just see the effect and don't look for the cause, they just judge you upon the effect. And for me it's hard because I have to deal with people and a lot of people you don't know, so I don't really know who I'm dealing with sometimes until it's too late. But you still, you know, like BDB said at the beginning, you have to have that level of professionalism. Well, maybe that was in the conversation. Anyway, I'm going back on mute.
But I want to ask the panel a question because I've been thinking about this for a little while, right? Y'all understand my content is my content, right? So now I want to branch out into like, okay, I want to go into a sports area, right?
Yeah.
Would y'all view that as, you know, like my passion would still be the same, but it's in a different scenario? Like my passion for sports may be just the same as my passion of, doing what I already do. I get up, I think about it, that people will view me differently. Am I wrong in perceiving it in that aspect, or am I just overthinking people as in general?
You're
Overthinking.
overthinking.
Yeah, you're wrong and you're
You're doing.
overthinking it.
We all have layers to us. We ain't just one way. There's layers to us. You see
Yeah.
one thing, we like this, we like that, we like this. Like, no, don't put yourself in a box. Don't do it. If you want to do sports, do sports. If you want to do this, do that. You don't just stay one way because
Yeah.
people can't see you a certain way. No, do
If
whatever
you
it is
want
you
to do
want to do
both,
because
do both.
yeah, because for me, I'm gonna do what I want. I might do sports and I might drop sports and I might pick up something else and then I do this I keep that and then I do something else and then I drop that and because that's just what I'm gonna do in my life. I want to experience things and at the time if this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. If I want to keep it for forever, then I'll do that. If it's not for me, I'll drop it. I don't want to be put in no box. And I wouldn't if I was you. I think
Exactly.
when people love you, they'll love you for who you are, regardless of whatever it is you do, especially if you're genuine.
Exactly. Never be afraid to explore all of your God-given talents. If there's something that you've loved and you've enjoyed from when you were young to where you are now, if you have the opportunity to push it and pursue it, go for it. A good friend of mine that I work with, he told me, he said, no matter what we do, learn as much as you can while you're here because you never know where those opportunities are going to lead you. If it's not for you, it's just not for you. But if it is a God given talent, it is a skill that you possess, it's something that you've always been inspired and motivated by, push it, do it because you never know what's going to happen. The one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to sit there and live in regret of not doing it because what ends up happening is, and this is why a lot of our aspirations and our dreams don't follow through because we self doubt ourselves. We're always doing this what if factor. This is something I preach to a lot of people. We can't think negatively from a what if standpoint. Oh, what if it doesn't do well? What if it doesn't grow? Or what if people don't like it? Or what if it doesn't make me any money? What if it does? What if it does become successful? What if it does grow? What if it does get you to where you've always wanted to be? If you're going to what if yourself, you have to do it from a positive standpoint, a positive aspect. I'll give you a very perfect example. The whole podcast thing, the debate table, that was actually supposed to be a collaborative thing with a couple of my friends and family. Long story short, everybody wasn't on board. Everybody wasn't ready to do it. I didn't let it stop me. I went ahead and got it going. Now I could have sat there and, self-doubted and, oh, what if people don't like it? What if people aren't feeling it? I could have sat there and said all of that, but I didn't. I thought the opposite and I did it. And now look, I'm almost at 100 episodes. See the difference? You know, you
Yeah, and
gotta,
it's pretty
Congratulations.
awesome.
yeah, you gotta just take that leap of faith. Same thing with the Battle of the Beats, which is a part of the podcast. I could have sat there and not did it. It was the same exact thing. I pulled a couple people. I said, look, let's do something with this. This could be something big. This could be something major. You know, the people that were on board with it, they said, let's make it happen. What do we got to do? The others, no. Again, they're doing that whole what if thing, thinking negatively. I said, what if it does take off? What if it does pop? And thousands of views later, look, it has popped. And look how many people have been a part of this, from judges to producers to musical artists. You just never know. So take that chance, take the risk, roll the dice. Worst come to worst, if it doesn't work out, you go back to the drawing board and you figure out what went wrong or what can you do to fix it. And if it's just not meant to be, on to the next one. But never put yourself in that position to where you are thinking, what if, negatively. Nah. If sports is something you love, rock out with it and do it. Because you never know. You might get that call from ESPN or First Take or any of those big platforms. You never know. So why not do it? Only thing stopping you is you. DMX said that. Rest in peace. And it's the truth. Ain't nobody else telling you you can't do it. No one else is getting in the way of that. you're your only setback. So I say push it and go for it.
Shout out to everybody coming in the chat. I just want to say hi to everyone. Thank you for hanging with us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm over here laughing at this damn word. What if you get out your mama's basement?
No, he didn't.
That ain't a what if.
But
You need to get the hell out of there. Like if you
no,
had a
but it's crazy. Like even if they do be successful, they be so comfortable there, they probably won't want to leave anyway. You know what I
no,
mean? Like,
nah, that's a you gotta grow up. You gotta like come
He's
on.
super petty. Very petty, y'all. Very. Okay.
He done brought the petty TV out. It's still early. Now I see why he in the doghouse all this time. But no, but seriously, get it out there. Do it, whatever it is. Because again, you just never know. Never know. We can't sit here and continue to second guess when it comes to these things. We gotta just push and pursue and just see what happens. You don't see people going to casinos and got the dice in their hand and they just keep shaking forever and forever. They're gonna keep rolling them dice. Now, yeah, they might crap, they might win. You know, it's going to be either or. They're going to win or they're going to lose, but they're going to keep rolling. Now, I mean, now once you get to a certain point and you keep winning, now that's your time to move away from the table because at any given moment you're going to lose. But again, they don't walk in with the mind state to just stand in front of that table, just keep rolling the damn dice. I mean, not rolling dice, but just keep shaking the damn dice. They're going to roll it eventually. So roll those dice.
Now,
And
would Gary do it on the same channel or like do a separate channel? What do
now
you think?
that's up to him. Like for me, I'll be honest, with the debate table, I thought about starting it on a separate channel, but sometimes when you have multiple channels, it is really hard to keep up with them because you got to keep
Mm-hmm.
flopping from one to the other. What I would suggest, and again, this
Mm-hmm.
is not something that you have to do, this is just an optional thing. But what I would suggest is if you've already started a channel and it's starting to build and grow, create a playlist. That's what I did with the debate table. Instead of me starting a whole nother channel and having to, re-advertise and bring everybody back, I was already on the verge of getting monetized with BDBGP. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just turn this into a separate playlist and make it a part of this umbrella that I've already created with the channel and all the content. So I turned it into a playlist and just let it do its thing. And here's another thing, and this is one of the key things that people don't teach you about content creating. Create playlists, but create very good playlists that are very entertaining and enjoyable. Because honestly, that's one of the biggest things that helps people grow on here. Yeah, you can drop streams for days left and right, but if you create those playlists, it's so easy for people to just navigate to that, click the button, and let it rock out. I've had people who came to my channel who, didn't really know me and whatnot, would automatically go right to my playlist tab and see all the different ones I had, press play and let it rock. Before you know it, your watch time hours grow, your channel starts to grow, people start to see all the different things that you can do, they share it out. That would be something I would suggest. So if Gary wants to get into something like sports, add that to your resume on what you already have. Unless you want to start a separate channel, if you can handle multitasking multiple channels, go for it. Do your thing. I don't want to tell you not to, but I've just seen how a lot of channels and accounts go dead because people are trying to do too much and can't handle it. And now it just kind of becomes all over the place. Now you got like 5 or 6 channels and you're only really making moves on one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it would make more sense to maybe go in that direction. But it's however you want to do it. So again, but one thing I would say is don't self-doubt yourself. If you want to do sports, do it. If you want to incorporate sports underneath what you've already started, do so. If you want to start a separate channel and build sports off of that, do that too. There's no right or wrong to that. But definitely do it because you're going to be beating yourself up later if you don't take the opportunity to do it now. Don't wait till later. Time is now. We don't got a second to waste. Got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look
And
at
I
it.
I want to add to that is just that, I always thought to myself, like, if you do one genre, you don't add it on the same channel. But literally I seen with my own eyes somebody, they do mukbang that I watch and they recently switched to vlogs. They're getting more views on vlogs and they've been doing mukbangs for 7, 8 years. So I think it's kind of listening to your audience. If you have an audience, or listening to the people on what they want, because his people were saying, "Hey, we want to see vlogs," and he was kind of scared to do it, and he went out there, and I mean, his views have shot up. So I'm shocked and surprised, because I've always just, I guess, heard people say, whatever genre you stick with, or whatever niche you stick with, stay with that, you know.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
seeing a
mean,
change. So
now just to kind of add to that, I mean, you definitely can pursue whatever you want to pursue. The only thing I advise for people to do is just make sure it makes sense with what your channel is about, because there's a lot of people that will just start to kind of just do whatever, and it doesn't really make sense. You want people to, not only just people, but you want YouTube itself, the algorithm, to understand the premise behind what your channel represents, because that's what makes it hard for a lot of people to grow. And this is something I learned from my lady, that they have to know where to categorize you at. If you're just one of those channels that's just randomly doing a bunch of stuff and it's just not making sense, to the point where now people come in and they don't even know how to categorize your channel, it's going to be a lot harder for YouTube's algorithm to be able to categorize you into where they need to place you. Like for me, I'm gaming. Yeah, I got my podcast and whatnot, but if you were to break my channel down into a pie chart, 70% of that is gaming. The other 30% revolves around the podcast and what I do for advertising and promoting others and their platforms and whatever they do. But that big chunk of that pie represents gaming. So that's how YouTube knows to put me into this specific category. So again, that just goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. You got to make sure that this is something that you want to do, like truly want to do. And if you do, take some time, do your homework, take some notes, really break it down and structure it out how you want it. Okay, what do I want this channel to be about? What can I add to this channel that still correlates to what I'm doing with the overall premise of my channel? Like, it has to make sense for the people, because that's truly how you grow. If you just get on here and just start doing random stuff and it just doesn't make any sense, or it just throws people off, it's going to stunt your growth. And now you can't get mad at anybody but yourself, because you didn't take the proper notes and precautions to make sure that you're doing everything correctly to get you to where you need to be. Again, it's not hard to grow on this platform. It does take time, but it's not difficult. But you
Well,
got to put the time in. But again,
sports. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
No, go for it. Finish your thought.
But yeah, I was just to add to that. Again, it's time and it's patience, but a lot of people just don't seem to want to utilize that. They're just so focused on, okay, I'm itching and scratching. I gotta do something. I gotta become viral. It's like, no, stop focusing so much on that, because you can become a big thing. You can become a name for yourself if you just take time and patience. TAP, that's the acronym, TAP, time and patience, to really learn this and understand it and know what the algorithm is looking for, know what the people are looking for. Get as creative as you want with it, but make sure that you know as much as possible coming into this, so that way it makes it easier for you to be able to do your thing the way you want it, and it helps you grow and get you to where you need to be.
What I was gonna add is, like, sports are seasonal, right? So I know a girl with a sports channel, but she's like super into football. So once football's over, like, the views kind of died down. So then what she did is she added um, basketball, but then she added other people that are into like other commenters and people on her panel that are into basketball, and then she kind of goes off of that. Like, she added more people to her panel to kind of keep her channel going.
Yeah. And again, there's so many different ways you can get creative with it. If you're just doing a specific type of content, if you're doing sports, there's so many avenues and lanes that you can go with it. But again, you got to just research, and you got to just take some time and figure it out, and figure out what works and what you can use and what you can add to it. Again, perfect example with what I do with my gaming channel. You guys, who all follow me, you see what I do. I do all different types of variety gaming. But, to add to it, to make it even more interesting, I will step in and do things like movie video game night, where I'll stream games that have a movie like aspect to get people involved. So not only are they just tuning in, but they can be a part of it. I'll go ahead and incorporate game shows that give the audience an interactive vibe that lets people, join in and do their thing. So again, so many different ways you can go with it, and it still correlates to what you love and what you're doing and the overall premise of what the channel represents. Again, it just takes time and patience, which a lot of people don't have and don't utilize more of. And that's why they get so frustrated when things don't go according to plan. Now they're pissed off at themselves and the rest of the world, and now it's like trying to make themselves the victim. And it's like, no, it just you gotta really put your all into this. It's a commitment thing. And again, it takes a while. It's a slow growth, but we all had to start somewhere. And now look where we are. Majority of us are happy of where we are and all the success that we've garnered and generated from this. A lot of us are starting to make money. A lot of us are starting to make a name for ourselves, but we all put the time and the commitment in. You have to do that, and that's all it is. It's not a difficult thing. This is probably, and I hate when people try to refer to this as a 9-to-5, because it's really not that. But if you want to correlate it to a 9-to-5, you got to think about it like this. This is probably the easiest ass 9-to-5 you're going to ever do in your life. You can work when you want, how you want. You go live and stream whenever you want. It's not like you got to actually go to the office and, you have a boss. You are your own boss on this thing. You make your own moves. You make your own choices. You decide. So, again, easiest 9-to-5 ever. But again, in order to keep getting to where you need to be, you got to continue to keep growing it. It really disappoints me when I see so many people start and then they just get it going, and then all of a sudden they just kind of fade out and disappear. And it's like, for what? I understand if certain things happen, personal issues or whatever the case is. I get that. Everybody has a life outside of content creating. But for some that don't have any of those issues and just kind of disappear, it just boggles my mind. Like, okay, well, why'd you stop? If you've worked so hard to get to this point, you're monetized, you're making money, you become a big name, why are you fading out and disappearing? Keep
And
going.
their channel falls out of the algorithm.
Exactly.
It's pretty sad to see.
Exactly. Now you've become a faded picture. You become a faded memory. So now you're trying to get back into that. And it's really difficult because now you don't realize you're having to literally start all over again. I'm not saying you got to necessarily pump out content every 2 seconds, but, be as consistent as possible. Be as dedicated and committed to this as possible, because you look at all the big name people that have hundreds of thousands and millions of followers and subs and all that. There's a reason for that, because they stay with it. They didn't call it quits. They didn't just give up. They kept pushing. And again, you're going to have the good and the bad and the ugly when it comes to content creating. You're going to have people that are going to troll. You're going to have people that are going to come in and say all types of disrespectful, slanderous shit to try to take you off your element, throw you off your game. Don't allow that, because like I said, trolling is nothing but an unpaid internship. These people that are coming in saying and doing this stuff, they're not making no money off of this. And what we don't realize is that in the end, they're really just helping us. These dummies don't comprehend that. Every person that ever comes in and disrespects you and trolls and does all of that, that's just another view. That's just another subscriber. That's just more attention coming your way. So, I mean, even for me, I've been chastised and talked about and all different types. I've been trolled, ridiculed. I've had people go on and make lives talking about me. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it's frustrating. A couple of them I had to check and stuff like that. But ultimately, looking at the bigger picture, it's making me a bigger name. So, hey, keep on talking about me. Keep
Yes.
Keep
If
on
somebody
talking
makes
about.
a whole channel about you, that's amazing.
I
Because
love it.
that's just going to attract more people to you.
Yeah, I had somebody overseas who disrespected me and several of my other fellow gaming friends. Hey, keep on talking about this. Talk about all 120 of my grades in my beard. I don't give a damn. Hey, guess what? If it's going to give me an audience all the way overseas in India, I'm all for it. If all of them
Wait,
are
you
right,
count the grays in your hair?
huh?
You count the grays in your beard? That's what we
Yes,
doing?
yes, sir. I'm at 120, and it's still growing. My grades are growing like my channel. They multiply by the minute. So keep on talking. Keep on dissing me. If it's going to allow people from overseas and all around the world to chant how you're feeling, how you're living, I'm all for it. So disrespect the shit out of me. I love it because it's growth. And that's all it is. So let them. You know why? Because I'm never going to meet these people. I'm never going to have any interaction with them, especially if it's like people overseas. Like, it could be somebody all the way in Japan talking ish about me. I'm not going to ever meet them. When are they going to ever meet me? You know how big this world is? It may not seem like it, but it's a really big world. I highly doubt we're going to bump heads. And you know, most of these people, you know, are soft like toddler thighs. They ain't about to come and say this stuff directly to you. so
Say that again. Soft as what?
they soft as toddler thighs. So why are we gravitating to it? Talk about me.
Yeah.
This, because I know you're not going to come to my face directly and say it to me. So go ahead. You know,
Prez just went through that. Prez, are you still going through that? Are they still bothering you?
hey, look, like I said, that Jay-Z line that he said to Drake, here's how they're gonna come at you with silly rap feuds, trying to distract you in disguise of a form of a favor. That's what they do. They don't have a life. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
So this is what they're going to do. So for everybody here, the panel, live chat, embrace it.
Expect it. Yeah,
Expect it.
expect it.
Expect it and embrace it and invite them in. Open the door wide open. Let them on in. Hey, I welcome all the trolls because it's not like you can't get rid of them. You can easily, remove them and block them and do all of that. Yeah, they'll keep at it, but let them.
Yeah.
That's
It can
just
be a distraction though, depending on, what kind of show you're trying to have. It can distract.
it can, but that's where you have to be professional enough to not allow it and not let it get to you. It's just that simple. I get it all the time. Not as much as I did when I first started, but from time to time, I get it. I have people come in and say some random asinine things that make no sense. But guess what? That's just more viewership for me. That's just more followers for me. That's just more of the algorithm saying, "Oh man, that guy with the salt and pepper gray beard, he's got a lot of people coming his way." Yeah, yeah. Keep it going. Let them.
Oh, that's crazy. Prez says he got an apology. Well, not directly, indirectly. That's
Yeah,
funny.
there's some that realize the error of their ways and they will apologize, and then there's just some that just don't have common sense and they're not going to do it again.
Yeah, but he stood on
Santina. What up,
he
Nine?
stood. Hey Santina, get well soon. But he stood on his content. He's allowing his content to be his character, and that's why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, you know, there may be trolls that's not going to acknowledge you. There's going to be trolls that may give you the views or whatever. But if you continue to do what you do, your content speaks for itself. It allows your character to be spoken for itself, and that's probably why he probably he might feel it was a half-ass apology, but the fact that the apology happened is what matters because you stood on your content, you stood on your foundation, which is your content. So that's what's up. Congratulations.
Yeah, and you got to remember, as you get bigger, this is just the beginning. It's going to get worse, but again, life is a test, and it's up to you to decide whether you pass or fail. There's obstacles in life. That's going to always happen. It's going to always get in the way. Are you going to allow them to cause you to fail, or are you going to pass and get through them? Can't have the drive if you allow yourself to remain in park. You keep going, you keep pushing. It's just that simple. The trolling is going to get worse. The disrespect is going to get worse. As we start to get bigger and bigger, it's just natural. Like I said, I've been doing this 6 years. My first 3 years, oh my God, I could roll out the red carpet of all the disrespect I've gotten. I mean, but look, I'm still here, still pushing, monetize, making money. Got an amazing community, a ton of people that I've networked and connected with and made some major moves. Met people who I never thought I would have even met and connected with. Keep going. So again, let all the trolls and all that stuff embrace it. Hell, throw a cookout, invite them. Let them take the grill.
There you go, throw a cookout.
Huh?
I would add, I would add just to what you said too, BDB. I just want to add this too, because this is something I'm learning. Just in life, it's some things that you learn, through people telling you, and then there's some things you learn through experience. And I think because the dynamics with this whole YouTube thing, like, as I hear it so much, I even said it until I experienced it. You know, Sometimes like the circumstances matter. You know, like with the trolls, like because the average troll I can deal with. People saying disparaging things about me who don't know me, I can deal with. But it hit a little different for me when it's people that I know, or people who know of me, or people who I let close. Because like in real life, the only people who can actually hurt me is the people close to me. So on here, it's like a similar thing, but the more you say it, the more it's like I get a deeper understanding. Like hearing other people's stories who've been on here longer than me and experienced similar things that I experienced. Now that I experienced it, it resonated a little different, if that makes sense. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to add that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It definitely it sucks when it's people that are in your circle that are saying and doing stuff that you know can definitely put a strain on the relationship and cause things to go downhill. It is the worst. I definitely can concur with that. But at the same time, it's good that that happens because now that just allows you to see their true colors and see the type of people that they really are. And that just gives you the notion to know, okay, this person wasn't meant to be in that circle. So, wish them the best, continue to do what you got to do, let them go do what they do. But it shouldn't stop you from what you're doing. It shouldn't take you off of your grind and your hustle and everything you've worked so hard to accomplish. You know, Again, people hate on those who choose to be great. That's always been like that. That's always been society from the dawn of civilization to where we are now. And it's not going to change. It ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop like a bad boy Diddy ad lib. So, so,
Here you go. Here you go.
what?
I ain't taking that. I ain't taking that.
No, you don't got
Take that. Take that.
don't take that. But I'm just but I'm just saying no, no, don't take that to the point where now he ad libbing back. I like this. No. You don't like a damn thing.
He say, no, don't take that.
Nah, yeah, you might like it. I don't. Get your ass back.
So, lesbian, you think you like that? Don't do that. Disclaimer: don't do that. But let
Tell
me
you,
ask you guys a question because I'm a like, how do I? I'm a baby in this thing, right? I don't even got a year in yet, right? Do y'all think that y'all time, the amount of time I've been here, has it flown? Like, has it just flew by like it was like just yesterday you just started?
oh, so like you saying like has the overall time like gone quickly, being a content creator?
Yes, sir.
Good question. For me, yeah, it did kind of go quick because, just a couple years ago, I had a whole full black beard. And now, it's like partial, it's like 50-50. So it's like half black, half gray. So yeah, time has kind of gone quickly. But, but I mean, even for me, it's still so surreal. Like people ask me all the time, like, man, like you doing it big, you making moves. How does it feel? It still feels the same. I still don't even feel monetized. I still don't even feel like I'm not. I ain't gonna say I'm this big gigantic name, but I still don't even. I still feel like a regular person at the end of the day. You know, like it's still when I look back at everything I've done to where I am now, it's just like it's still hard to believe. Like, man, wow, I did all of this. Like, wow. And yeah, the time it does go quickly. It's going to go quicker and quicker as this world continues to progress. But yeah, yeah, for me, it still doesn't feel real. I just still feel like an average person at the end of the day. With it, but just seeing how it's gone and seeing the growth, it's just absolutely amazing. But it definitely should be motivational fuel to keep you going, no matter how fast time goes. Like I said, time waits on nobody. So, we got to utilize every minute of every second of every hour to continue to keep pushing and doing what we got to do. So that's why I tell everybody, learn as much as you can, utilize as much as possible to get to where you need to be, because again, you never know. And yes, there's going to be people that try to dethrone you and take you off of your grind and tell you this, that, and the third. Like I said, why are you paying any mind to them? you know you are your own person that can stop what you're doing. Nobody else can. So why let it? And again, with the way this world is and the way all the opportunities now are so much easier, this is the opportunity now to get it. But it starts with getting out of your own head and believing that you can't do it when you can. Don't what if. That's the whole moral behind this. Always what if yourself from a positive aspect, never negative, because you're going to be kicking
Yeah.
your own ass, realizing like, damn, I could have did this and did that, and it probably could have took off and became something big. Now the next person that came and did the exact same thing that I'm doing, and now they've made it better. And now you start feeling like it's too late. It's never too late. You're never too old, no matter how much time goes by. I'm probably the youngest, oldest senior citizen you guys know, but I ain't letting that stop me. I'll be 40 in a couple months. I'm still pushing like I'm in my early 20s. Damn it, I'm gonna keep on going. Can't nobody stop this train.
Mm-mm-mm.
Can't nobody stop this grind. I'm 6 years in. I ain't going nowhere no time soon. The only way I could stop is if I just decide to pull the plug on my own self. I ain't touching that plug no time soon. So again, use everything that we've talked about to keep going, keep pushing, and stop worrying about what anybody's saying or thinking, because they have no true control over what you do and what you make of yourself. It's just that simple, you know, simple as that.
For me, I feel like time has went by. It'll go by really, really fast. Far as like good things, just good things on here on YouTube, man. You don't. That's the thing. The beauty about it is you don't know who you inspiring and who's watching you, because it could be people that's not commenting that's watching you, that watches every single video, but they never comment, right? And they looking at your journey and they're watching. So in a way, you don't want to be, a lot of us don't want to be looked at as like a role model, whatever. But in a way, you on this platform and you just literally don't know. People are watching you day in and day out. So I love the fact that support, you have people that support you behind the scenes, in the scenes, like you have people that truly, I'm talking about real support. These are your people that really care about you. I'm talking about that type of situation. So I love that side of it. Um, and then of course, there is a dark side with dealing with people. And I feel like when you open yourself up on social media, you open yourself to be criticized. Um,
Yeah,
and I don't care how smart you are or how big you are, because I see big content creators now go through hate. It's levels to this. You know what I mean? So I feel like it'll never go away. But it's good that you develop boundaries, you develop certain things. You might not want to say certain things because, believe it or not, people are listening and people are watching, and they will throw it back up in your face. especially if they one of your supporters and they watching. They'll throw it back in your face and tell you, you said such and such and such. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just say develop boundaries and develop some type of don't develop like a hard wall, but you do have to develop some type of wall, you know, and just don't let everybody in because I see content creators 600K and they got people coming at their neck.
Yeah. There's people
So
with exactly
go ahead.
people with millions of followers, hundreds of millions, and they're going to receive positive vibes. They're going to receive negative vibes. They're going to receive it all, but they're still pushing. They're still going because they've built a brand. They've built a name, and that's what's more important. That's the overall moral. You got to this point. You got to continue to not only enjoy what you do, but give the people what they have come to love and enjoy from you. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's why I always preach get on here and have fun. Conduct yourself professionally, still be you, be true to you and everything that you do. But again, have fun, because again, that's just the biggest problem in today's society. Nobody's having fun anymore. Everybody's just so busy focused on this. You look at back in the days when we came up, we had fun. We did stuff that we loved and we enjoyed. Get back to that same element. It shouldn't change because we're older. We're all on here to have fun. We're all on here doing what we love, what we enjoy. And the people love it and they support it. And like I said, support comes from all aspects, whether people are commenting in the lives, whether people are watching and not even saying anything, whether people are sharing the streams out and the lives and spreading the word. Embrace all the support. Don't get mad if you only got 5 or 6 people in the live stream. Be appreciative of what support you are getting, because as many people that are out here doing this and content creating, they could be going to them and not you. So that's where it's up to you to be as professional as possible and make your content as entertaining and enjoyable as possible. And if you're doing that, people are going to continue to come back. People are going to show up, and you never have to worry. You just have to continue to always keep the same energy and be real with them as they're being real with you. And that's the key to growth and getting where you need to be. Plain and simple. You guys see me, anybody that follows me, I'm always having fun. I'm always being me. I'm never letting myself get out of character or say or do things that's going to jeopardize me or hurt everything that I've worked so hard for. I'm having fun, damn it. Have fun with this. Stop worrying about this person saying this and that person saying that. Stop worrying about how many people are trolling and stuff. That's what they're going to do. They're testing you to see how far they can push you before you go over the edge. Don't let them. Don't. What? Why does it matter? You're here, they're there. What's that song by David Banner? Stunting is a habit. Get like me. Come on, do what I do. And if you can, I feel sorry for you. But
I don't want to. I don't want to count gray hairs. I don't want to do that.
what's that?
I said I ain't counting no gray hairs. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing what you do.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It took me a while. I was in the mirror for about 2 hours. I was like, damn, I got a lot of these things. Like, wow. And now they just multiplying by the minute.
Damn shame. But they always tell you that if you love what you're doing, even in the business world, if you love what you're doing, you can't even consider that a job. It's like a hobby, and you're just getting paid for it. So we go about it that way here. I guess there could be the same perception, even with your channels or your vlogs or your premieres, however you want to view it. So I definitely understand what you guys are saying.
Exactly. And here's the other thing too. I don't care if you monetize or not. Keep having fun. I honestly, I don't think I got monetized until maybe like my 3rd or 4th year, if I'm not mistaken. But I still, like I said, I don't even act like I'm monetized. I still have fun, even if I'm not, or even if I am. Even when I first started, I was a nobody. I was a no name, but I made sure that I focused on the objective, which is keeping everybody entertained, giving them great content, and having fun in the process. And that's all I kept doing. And I still continue to do that to this day. I'm gonna always keep having fun. I love, the feedback and the responses that I get from people when they come in and they're enjoying themselves just as much as me. That's when you know you're doing exactly what you're put on this platform to do. So make that the focus, you know. Make sure you're putting your all into your streams and your content, whatever you're doing. Don't half-ass it. Don't just do just enough to get by and stuff. I hate when I go to streams and I just see people just doing the most random stuff or having a stream that makes no sense. Like, I'm trying to think. What's a good example? Like, you ever go to streams and you see people that have like the titles that just make no sense? Yeah, we need to address it. Address what? What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? What? That's your title? No description, no detail. What? I'm not about to watch this because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Detail it. Make it make sense. Not only just for the people, but for the algorithm. Again, that's how you grow. And then it be those same people that do those type of streams and then they get mad. And you see them like in the stream. Ain't nobody tuning in, man. Why ain't nobody watching? Because your shit ain't making no sense, dummy. Oh.
Nah, but that's when sometimes people tune in because they're like, what is it? They want to know.
But you got to think about the people that are new coming in. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, man. Yeah. F Rodney. Who the hell is Rodney? What? If I'm somebody...
That's Pookie brother.
But we don't know that because we're new. Yeah, man, Rodney, man, he get on my nerves. Like, who the fuck is Rodney? You're not even telling us because you're so pissed off. That's not making any sense. And the algorithm's looking at it like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't even know. Where are we supposed to put this at? In the dumpster? Because that's exactly where it's going to go. It has to make sense. So again, you gotta really put your all into. I'm so serious. I only say this stuff. Like I said, that's what this whole thing about is. We need answers. We're only saying what everybody's thinking because you all are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Y'all have seen it. I'm not the only one. I don't even watch those streams because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Even if it's someone who I do know, who I rock with for a long time, and I see you do those streams, I'm not tuning into that. It's not making no sense. I don't know who the hell Rodney is. Like, unless it's like a story time thing or something that, correlates with what you're talking about and it makes sense. All right, I get it. But if you just randomly oh yeah, oh no, what's the one I see all the time? I see people that put like those titles. I'm so sick of this shit. Sick of what? And then won't even say what it is. What the hell are you talking about? Huh? Oh, but you think you're gonna grow off of that? Nah. You'll probably get a couple views. You might get maybe 1 or 2 followers, but you're not gonna become no big name off of that. Come on. Make it make sense. Again, there's levels to this. But you got to keep that in mind with whatever you're doing. And it has to make sense because you got to look at it like this. If you were looking on the inside out, if it was the other way around, yeah, people don't want to see that. If you were the consumer, if you're the viewer and you're seeing that do it, ask yourselves, are you guys going to really tune into that stuff if it don't make no sense? Seriously. This is for everybody. Everybody on the panel, everybody that's in the live chat. If you just see random streams that make no sense, regardless if it's someone that you know or somebody that's new, are you going to really sit up?
Answer honestly. Okay, chat, answer honestly.
Straight
Because
up.
I'm going to answer for myself. Sometimes I'm curious and I'll go in. But if it's like a repetitive thing, like they're talking smack every day about the same person, maybe not.
I'm not curious like George, so I'm not watching that. No, it ain't making no sense. If especially if there's no description and stuff, I'm not tuning into that.
It depends on who it is.
Yeah, I guess.
I might. I'm like, Commander, it just depends.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
it does depend. Yeah, like if you ain't gonna rock with it, shouldn't be giving it a click. But it depends on who it is. You know what I mean? Like, if they consider me that bad, then you might. yo, I need to holler at you. You know what I mean? Because it may be somebody that you support because they support you. You know what I
If it's
mean? It be like that sometimes.
if it's about Rodney and don't none of y'all know Rodney, y'all gonna watch that?
Yeah, I am because I want to see if Kilolo is his baby mama. I just I'm just watching. I'm just being nosy now. Like I'm you might catch me on a 3 o'clock wake up. You know what I mean? Like word go off and then they talk about Rodney and Kilolo. Hey, what they got going on?
Man,
You
I'm
know what I
out.
mean? You can't go back to sleep. I promise you it'd be like that. Like shout out to Realist because when Realist goes at that time, he makes your night, he makes your morning transition is cool. Like it's certain people that I really like. Sometimes I just wake up on purpose. Like shout out to Kima Usher, shout out to Willis. Because those two people, if I know those people on, I'll get up. Because I know they'll start my day off right. So, it depends on who it is. It really do. But if it's just Rodney and Kilolo, I might start following them. That might be a new soap opera at 3 a.m. in the morning. Who knows?
I'm out like a light. I don't give a damn who Rodney is. I don't want to know what he's doing. I'm not gonna meet him. So why do I need to hear about him? Give me something to look forward to. If that's the case, then we got reality shows for that. But like I said, this is about entertainment. For me, I'm just speaking for myself. I don't find nothing entertaining about that when you just do a random live and it just doesn't make sense.
But what's crazy, right? Sometimes the regular person they content in their story is better than uh housewives and things like that because it's like yo I definitely understand what they talking about. Oh yeah, he crept out because that's possible. I'm gonna just be real, so it may intrigue like
Yeah.
average Joe, so like they'll peek in. All right, let me catch the next one.
It's
I
like
might be that one or two
interactive.
viewers.
It's
Yeah,
like reality
I
TV, Desperate Housewives, but it's like people have said it's interactive. They have an opinion, they type in the chat.
Yeah, I mean that's different if they are talking about something that people can relate to and it makes sense. I'm just talking about people who, okay, like say for example, you got somebody that's, I don't know, let's say a motivational speaker or whatever the case is. They're talking about positive, uplifting stuff, and then one day they're just pissed off and just decide to do a late night stream. Man, F Rodney, man. Like what? Huh? What you're supposed to be
oh
talking
yeah,
about?
I'm viewing that. I'm sorry,
I'm
I'm viewing
definitely
that.
going there. Yeah, if Gary does
I'm,
it,
I'm
word, one of you guys, I'm going
no,
in.
but you know why? Because that actual content it allows you to be human, and I think more people will respect you the more because you're human. Like you can't just go up there like like for example, I just did the Alzheimer's, right? My energy, my passion was different. Like I knew I was upset about it, but I don't think. I mean, I think people saw the upsetness and allowed me to be more of a human being than just being positive all the time. You know what I mean? So I would click on to for that reason alone.
But you know what, Gary? I do think though, like I really wouldn't want to see you guys do that because it's kind of disappointing. But I would go in obviously to hear it. But it's kind of disappointing. Like BDB, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like it probably shouldn't be taking place.
No, but as long as it's not a consistent thing, right? If it's not consistent, it'll allow you like you're gonna get the idiots like yo we gonna try to make him do that more often. No, it's not even about that. It's just the fact that like yo there's another side to you. It allows you to be more of a human being. Like for example, if BB go crazy because he ain't killed that one person on the damn roof, man, fuck that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. BB, throw the damn controller down.
yeah, but see,
All right, let me get back to my point.
I'm doing that in my gaming stream. Though, if I like, y'all seen the frustrations and stuff in my stream, but I'm not gonna just do another random live out the blue and just get mad at this person, and it just has nothing to do with anything. That's what I'm talking about, and more so,
Okay, gotcha.
I agree with that. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
and more so people that do that on a consistent basis who just will just put together lives and just don't make any sense, and they're just doing it for attention and clickbait. That's what I don't understand, and that's what the algorithm doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
And we don't even know who they're talking about because sometimes it is subliminals. And like, I
exactly.
want to know who they're talking about because maybe I don't want to go watch that person anymore or support that person. It's like, it just depends. Maybe I want to do my research.
Exactly. Because, like I said,
Yeah.
you're new to YouTube. You just started a channel, and the first thing you do is get on here and rant about somebody named Rodney. We don't know no damn Rodney. That's just the first thing that popped into my head. I can't think of any other. I'm just
What is your obsession with Rodney?
I'm
Who
just
the hell
saying.
is Rodney?
Exactly.
Nah,
Who is Rodney?
nah. You heard this. You heard that one before. I ain't even going with that. You just picking on poor Rodney. That man ain't never did nothing to you. Where you get that name from, BDB? And it ain't no damn gamer either.
But see, now you see where I'm going with it, right? You see, purpose. Exactly. We don't know. But
and that's what I'm saying. Now, see, now, here's the funny part. Now, somebody just came in the chat and heard us talking about some Rodney. They gonna sit there now, like, who the hell's Rodney?
exactly.
Look. Let's give him some watch hours. Let's see how long he talk about Rodney. That's what I'm saying. This app is that crazy and is weird like that. You just got people that'll just be triggered to just go on and I want to know who the hell Rodney is, and you're like, what? But it be
I've thought
like
about that. Like, when are you guys making a fake beef stream? Like, just fake. See what happens. See how many people come in. I guarantee you more people will be in the chat. More views.
I mean, yeah, there's people that's going to be in, but like I said, it's going to.
That's not what you want. It's not what you want for your channel.
Exactly.
It's not what you want. It ain't what you want. But I'm telling you, if that happens, I promise you, it's like that's like you being Commander. You are who you are. Now you just come up here and say, man, fuck Billy Bob. Wait a minute. First of all, Commander's talking one. And who the hell is Billy Bob? We don't know no goddamn Billy Bob. We staying there for that. We staying there for that. We are staying there for that. Because it's just like I said, something like it's just energy that triggers it just click like, yo, he's upset or she's upset about something. If, like I said, if BDB say, you know what, I'm announcing my retirement. Wait, what the hell are you talking about? You ain't play every game. What are you talking about? Nah, I'm just tired. I'm tired. Now I got 240 gray hairs because I can't kill a nigga on a goddamn roof. What the hell?
Billy Bob is a phony and fraudulent, and everybody has to know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, this thing is just so crazy. Like, I'm telling you, it's sad to say, but there's so many people that would rather see you at your worst than at your best. So you may get that extra kick in the tail as far as views and things like that, just because you want some downtime. And it sucks, but I believe that's true.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. It's just, for me, I want to be entertained by content. I don't want to just see people just doing whatever, just putting together whatever, and it's just not making sense to where it's now like, I can't really support you like you expect me to, because you just don't have anything that I'm looking forward to. That's all it is. So that's why I just tell everybody, especially when because I'm starting to get a lot more people that are starting to ask me, about content creating and doing this. And even though they may not necessarily do what I'm doing, I just try to just pass along the same information that was passed to me and to all the people that I've connected with. Again, make sure this is something you want to do, and make sure that you are taking it seriously and having fun. Again, always conduct yourself professionally, but ultimately at the end of the day, still enjoy it, because as the crowd enjoys it, you enjoy it even more, and that's what motivates you to start pumping out even more content and bringing more creative elements to the table. It's just that simple. It's not hard to do this. It's not hard to do this, but don't come into this looking for drama or just looking to just seek attention like a little kid and stuff. Hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing and stuff. Like, you don't need to do all that. You'll get the attention, you'll get the recognition, you'll get all of that. You won't have to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Blue Lotus. I was about to ask Blue Lotus, if you go in there and you talk about Rod, BB will be there. I promise you that. You
Shout
gotta
out
do
to
that.
Rodney.
BB will be there.
Shout out to all the Rodneys in the world.
Santina, I feel better.
Oh man.
Now, word, I see you over here. You over here looking like we playing press your luck. You know, with the whammy. You over there switching boxes and stuff like that. What's going on? You good?
Word sleeps. Tay sleeps, word sleeps.
We're
Now,
good.
see that?
But yeah, but I mean, like I said, that's all it is. Those are just all the things that I've just looked at and I've just noticed. Everything that we just talked about. These are things that I just am very keen to. And, I just try to have the answers for the questions that everybody is posing with this stuff. Again, don't worry so much about what people are saying and thinking. Don't,
Yeah.
gravitate towards the negativity and the drama that people are bringing. Because, like I said, you got it's crazy. Even with the trolls, you got your positive ones, you got your negative ones. I mean, you
I
got
love
people
the
that,
funny ones.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing wrong with them. You even got the ones that pose like they're big name celebrities and they're really not. Because as soon as you click on their channel, ain't a damn thing there. I've gotten a ton of those. So I honestly, I just have fun with them. I just be treating them like they're real life celebrities. They be talking about, yeah, man, I just got off a tour and all that stuff like that.
Right.
I'm like, okay, yeah, lying motherfucker, you ain't did no
We
tour.
had one that asked for a body count. That happened yesterday.
I,
Was it
I let them,
yesterday?
yeah, I let them rock out. I'll just be like, hey, okay, you're Jay Z, okay, yeah, you go ahead, do your thing. And look, I appreciate the support, even though I know you're not really Jay Z, but go ahead. So,
Imagine if it really was Jay-Z.
I mean, if it really was, then but like that's what I'm saying. You sometimes you never know. You never know. So that's why I say always, conduct yourself in a professional manner when you're on here. Still be yourself, still have fun, but always maintain that professionalism. Because like I said, you never know who's watching. You never know who knows somebody who they might be tied to or connected to that could really help you and stumble across your content and you might be getting that phone call or that email or that message. Hey, I saw you doing this. I saw this. Hey, let's hit me up. Let's talk business. Let's make some moves. Let's make something happen. So
Hey, because
it's just
people, yeah, people have lost their jobs just based on stuff they say online.
exactly, and it's not worth it. So that's why I always say, like, the minute you hit that button, be ready to conduct yourself in a way that helps push and get your name out there. Because people who truly support what you do, they'll spread the word. They'll get you out there. They'll get your name buzzing and stuff. But be grateful of that. Be grateful of every single person that is tuning in. Be grateful of every single person that is going back and watching the replay value and sharing out the content. Be grateful of all of that, because they don't have to do it. They could easily go to the next person and so forth and so forth. And then, you'll be one of those channels that's been doing this for years and the needle still hasn't moved. So, that's all it is. But again, ultimately, just think about the bigger picture with everything that we've talked about. You know, don't get caught up in all these little silly social media beefs. It's not worth it. Half these people you're never going to meet. You're never going to really have any type of physical contact with them unless you guys are conversing and talking outside of streams and you guys decide to meet up. That's different. But the rest of them people you don't know. You're never going to see them. So why are you worrying? Why are you letting what they say and do really get to you? You know. Did I say
There you go.
that? Word on his Betty
Word,
night.
word, word. Please report
BB
to
spotlight.
HR. Word, please report to HR. HR. Thank you very much.
Don't you
He said
start
this the
booger lips.
B2B show.
Booger lips. Don't you start your mess. All right.
I want to say this real quick. That is so easy to say, but is it easy to do? Because when it actually happens to you and someone talks about you and trash you on a live, are you willing to let it go? I mean, honestly, because it's so
Yeah.
easy to say.
It is. But sometimes
Self-control.
it starts with self-control, but at the same time, you can always have fun with it. See, y'all know me. I'm a very
Nah,
goofy
nah, I
individual.
don't. See, I'm different, right? Because like, it's one thing. It's one thing if it's a joke, but it's another thing if they really trying to intentionally assassinate, who you are, right? I'm one of them people. Like, I will go to bat for myself if I'm right. Oh no, I'll argue that. I'll argue down till it can't be argued no
Exactly.
more. But if I'm wrong, I'm gonna shut up and fall back. You probably won't see me. You probably won't see me for a couple of days. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I look stupid. They don't caught me in a lie. You know what I mean? I can admit that. But the fact that I'm right, that's gonna make me go on 1 million because I know I'm standing on truth. So I might just go crazy. But then again, because it's me,
Exactly.
I have to catch myself because I have to understand my content is still my content. And that's one of those things, like I was just saying earlier, I'm standing so firm on what the truth is. People like that I'm standing on it, but I look crazy at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So more people might just come and just view the crazy side of me and like, yo, we need to see more of that. So it's a hard situation to really balance out. You know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, I want to stand on my truth, but at the same time, I'm mad because I know I'm telling the truth. I can't let this go. So I understand what Tay's saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm definitely
I feel
definitely in
like it's
agreement.
good maybe sometimes to maybe even show that other side. That I wouldn't say I don't want to say that, but I feel like sometimes it might work out for you because other people are like, dang, he or she is human.
Hey, you sound like you're underwater. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, it sounds robotic.
Oh,
So
she
I
dropped
was
it.
about to say Tay. I was about to say Tay got word mic.
get out my head. I was about to say the same thing.
You know what I would like to see is, hey, the two people who have an issue, jump on a panel together and let's hear both sides on the panel at the same time.
That is a good
That
idea.
would be great.
Yeah, but also too, if you want to keep it private, there's nothing wrong with just pulling that person to the side and talking to them about whatever the situation is. Like sometimes everybody's business, whatever your business is, isn't meant for everybody. It's you depend unless you're one of those
Yeah.
people that you develop a situation that has spilled onto the YouTube streets. Then that's different. But sometimes you have to just be able to handle the situation accordingly. And kind of to piggyback off what Tay was saying, yes, it is very hard to when people start to do a little too much and they go over the line. I mean, if you feel like you need to check them and address them, definitely do so. I'm not saying don't look soft or weak minded. Definitely address it, but know that there's a time and place for everything. But also kind of keep in the back of your mind that this is going to be the first of many situations. You're going to have these type of occurrences happen as you get bigger and bigger. You're not going to be able to, take on every single person that says and does something. You're going to have people that are going to say this and do that. Look at all the celebrities. You don't think they don't go through stuff on a regular basis, but they're still going. They're still pushing. They probably get tons of negativity and shade thrown their way 24/7, but that's not
Bad, what do they say? Bad publicity is good publicity?
exactly because
There's no such thing.
it's only going to make you stronger. It's only going to make you bigger. I mean,
Can
you
y'all
know,
hear me?
yeah,
Loud and
Okay,
clear.
it's better.
yeah.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
I mean, look. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Even though it was all staged and stuff, and people still don't believe it, but we all know it was staged. That whole Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. I mean, yeah, everybody was tearing him down to say this and saying that. But now look, Will Smith just dropped the new Bad Boys movie, and now he's back on top of the world and stuff like that. And people are probably still going to, tarnish his image and his character and stuff like that, say this and that, but he's not letting it get to him. He's still continuing to do what he has to do. Even though that situation was staged, people still don't believe that, but that was staged. If you really look at it, you could see like he was setting up into it. Ain't like the man just went up there and really just slapped, and that was all a gimmick. But people fell for it. But again, you're gonna have this stuff. You're gonna have people saying and doing all types of stuff, whether it's in your personal circle or there's people that you never met or you don't even know. I mean, you'll be fighting the world for the rest of your life if you just continue to gravitate towards every little thing people are saying or thinking. Ultimately, you just gotta keep pushing and stay focused and keep your eye on the prize, which is getting bigger and continue to do big things with what you've accomplished with all of your skills and God-given talents. That's just it. But
What do you attribute that
Hey.
to though? Like that's
Oh,
not
sorry.
like it's. I'm telling you, especially when it's coming, especially if you feel attacked. It's I'm telling you, like I said, I agree with that take because when you feel attacked, man,
oh no, look,
all all defenses
He
is
said,
up.
mm-mm.
yeah, I've been there. Everything that I'm saying, I've already experienced. I've been down this road. I know how it is.
And
But
you responded.
there's times where I responded and I said what I had to say and I kept it moving. I look back at some of the situations, like even like some of the issues that I've had with people on this platform and whatnot. you know yeah, it sucks and it's messed up to now see like some of these relationships come and go. But ultimately, these all these people that have probably said and done this, I have yet to meet them. I'm probably never going to meet them. So why the hell am I worried so much about them? Why am I letting them get to me and stop me from what I'm doing? One of my good friends that I've had the pleasure of meeting on this platform, his name is Seriously Persona. I remember he told me, he was like, when they do this type of stuff, that's how you know you're becoming a big deal. You're becoming a big name. They're going to test you. They're going to see how far they can push your limits. It's up to you whether you choose to give it the attention or keep it moving and focus on what you're here to do, on keeping your eye on the prize and what the overall objective is. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's going to happen. And you're going to start to see more of it. There's going to be times where you won't experience it as much as when you started to where you are now. But keep in mind, there's going to be times where it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure there's people still to this day, or people brand new probably having something to say about me or clowning my name and all of that. But I mean, look, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. Can't nobody knock me off of my horse. Can't nobody derail this train. So why am I giving it the time and the energy? I got so much to focus on and do. I don't got time to even worry about this stuff. You know, for me, it ain't a threat until you actually do something. And you can use all the words and say this and say that and blah 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 until you actually like confront me and it gets to a point where it's like resorting to physicality. That's a whole different story. But I mean, if people really know the truth and they know the real me, they're not about to sit here and believe what somebody who they don't even know or haven't even really met are going to listen to what they're saying and slandering about me and stuff like that. So I mean, let them, let them, because
Hey,
all this,
John,
huh?
I was gonna say, buddy, real quick. And this go back to the statement I made
Oh my
earlier.
God, your mic.
Yo,
It,
hold
it's
on, come
messed
on,
up.
come on, y'all switching up, on us. Come on, I
The
told you
mic,
y'all got ears.
the mic messed up for real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's messed
It
up.
sounds
Oh, let me
really,
drop.
really bad.
Let me drop and come back. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Y'all, we need a GoFundMe for words set up, mic, everything.
Don't say nothing, BDB. I already know that. I heard you.
I,
We got ears. I heard you. I swear to God, I heard
But
you.
before
y'all
I
can.
had dropped down, I was saying like I feel like sometimes when you are just business, and sometimes it don't work. It don't work for everybody. But I say this is sometimes when you just strictly business on your channel and people don't get to see the other side of like you, then it's interesting when you come out and they see an angry side or they see a side. They like, oh, okay, this person is human, because you might watch them And we all know everybody is human, but when you watch videos, sometimes your mind can play tricks on you and make it seem like, oh, well, what you see like this person has this perfect life, what they put out, you know? And so I like when people are vulnerable. I like when people are real. To me, if I see someone that's strictly just business and then they come out and they like mad and angry or whatever, I ain't gonna lie, I relate more. Cause I'm like, okay, all right. We see this other side of you. Cool. You know? I like seeing different sides of people. I'm gonna be honest. As long
Yeah,
as it ain't too crazy, you know, I'm good.
Is it
I,
is it
I'm
still
good.
messed up? I'm sorry.
You
man,
You
good.
good?
y'all got that Technotronics.
Sleep.
That's that.
Sleazy, what up?
What up, Sleazy?
What's going
But I
on?
wanna
Oh
get to
man,
that to that
It just messed up, bro. Nah.
it
Uh-uh.
messed up. Is it messed up
Yeah,
now?
right when you yeah.
Man, hold on, man.
man,
I gotta
listen,
say this and I'm going back to low and go. Can you hear me now?
no,
No,
No, you have to
No,
try
it's
to
so
don't say
bad
nothing.
and hurts
B.
the
Don't
ears.
say one word. You going to HR? I ain't
man,
playing with you, B. You going
No,
to
I'm not.
Commander?
Am I, am I
man.
still
That
messed up?
might,
I'm still messed up.
that might just
Yes.
that might got
Yes.
Man,
Still
hold
messed
on, man.
up.
I could have got training.
No, no, it's really bad. It hurts the ears.
yeah. It's oh my god, it sound like nails on a chalkboard. It might got you sound like one of those alien leaders. Take me to your leader.
Okay, you sound
Is
fine. You
this
came
one
back
messed up?
fine.
Now
Yeah,
Yes.
is it good now?
Yes.
Okay, I had to switch Bluetooth. So to the point that
it's
defending myself real
it's
quick.
still messed
It
up.
go back to it messed up
It's
again.
messed up.
Man,
We
I can't
can't hear
stand by my
you.
microphone. What about now?
Yeah,
Everybody say a little prayer for the word.
You know
man.
what? I ain't talking to y'all no more.
No,
Hey, hey, I got
Talk to
control.
the chat in
I
the chat.
removed him from the stage.
Oh,
man. That mic
For
said,
$9.99, you can get word of Mike. Go to Five Below. Do a dollar GoFundMe, and we can get him back, y'all.
He need more than
We
nine
can
ninety nine.
say.
word over there using one of them Five Below mics. Ones with the
He using the T move.
Timu.
Everybody hit the cash app, y'all. His cash app
I
is
can stop calling my mic.
Cash app time.
word six
Is
six
it
six.
messed up?
word. It got that thing got you sounding
You
like
No,
good
just
now.
go,
Hit the
just go.
cash app,
Listen, just
y'all.
go. Go before,
Okay,
go,
okay, so
go,
check this
go.
out. Okay, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna stand still. So,
oh, you
uh,
were moving.
it, yeah, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, it's situational and circumstances. When you defending what people say, because if you building a brand on here, yeah, it's people who know you who will rock with you, but it's people who really don't know you. And if what a person is saying is convincing, that can destroy everything. We don't have names like Will Smith, that can withstand, a controversy. So uh, I just analyze the situation and see if it has a probability to hurt me or help me, because like BDB said, sometimes it's publicity and it can help you, can bring more people. But if people are questioning, like if I got people in the chat questioning, then I have to answer, So that's how I look at it. Like if it's the people actually questioning, okay, now it's time to answer. But if people is ignoring it, then I'm gonna ignore it too.
I'm sorry, I'm listening. It's just everybody in the chat. Y'all terrible. Y'all said take his mic out to.
I'm about to start a GoFundMe. Tell them, man.
Oh,
Sleazy said, I can't stay. Your mic shot.
Hit the cash app, y'all.
Hit the cash app.
I'm on it. As soon as I get paid, I got you. Word. I'm gonna get you full fledged. That hey bro,
Damn.
you know that you know what words might sound like? It reminds me of that scene on Blank Man when J5 got destroyed and stuff. That those bombs, Blank Man put those bombs inside his unit. Like, good luck, buddy.
Oh,
It blew up. It started coming all apart and stuff like that. You see all the sparks and everything flying. J5, speak to me. That's words, Mike. J5. Oh,
EDB, go to HR, man. Just go to HR. You going down.
No, his mic need to go to HR. I'm good. I'm trying to help you, brother.
No, that mic is fired. It's not going to HR. Commander ain't got. She ain't got no time for that. She said, don't even bring it to her. I promise you, she said that.
That mic need to go out for garbage day because man, that thing is done. Oh man, we done got all track. But yeah, that's it.
I'm putting cases on all y'all. Watch. All y'all gonna have a drip when I'm done.
Words, Mike,
boy.
ain't got nothing on me. Oh,
you right about one part. It ain't got nothing. You got that part. It ain't got nothing. Not a ting.
Not a ting.
Gary, you already got a song coming. Don't get a remix going already.
Listen, you ain't even the first one that gave me a remix. You just ain't heard it. I promise you that. I tell you, this name alone. I told you this name. I told you I got this name. Some people, I ain't gonna name no name. They gave me this name. Talking about they got that from what the hell that movie? What is it? Brothers with Will Ferrell and
Step Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Step Brothers. Oh, that's where this name comes from. I was like, I can't deal with y'all no more.
Man.
But that's where it comes from. So y'all ain't doing nothing but adding to the legacy. I appreciate y'all though. See, I can roll with Petty sometimes. I'm just saying I can. That's why when we're going Petty Vision, I can go with him sometimes. But I ain't even gonna start because I already know what he's thinking about already. If he get on that mic and start talking about them people and that mic go crazy, I'm leaving. I'm just telling y'all right now.
Yeah, speaking of mic, that's the only thing you need to throw. You want to throw a midget, throw the mic first before you start tossing anybody where like you need to midget throw that mic right into the trash.
My midget tossing license is coming in next week.
Well, guess what you don't need a license for? Tossing mic. Just saying.
Forget midget throwing, mic throwing until you get the right one.
Practice with the mic first.
Exactly.
It bounces off of walls too, like you said. You don't need no mattress, nothing. You just throw it. Just toss it. Shout out to Prez, because Prez call you toss man. You can start the day. Toss that out the window.
Throw man. He's the throw man.
That's the tosser.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Throw man. That's his nickname.
No, we call him the tosser. That's the tosser right there, the thrower. But yeah, that's pretty much it though for me, ladies and gentlemen. Again, like I said,
ain't nobody turn Commander. Hold on, ain't nobody turn. Y'all don't be under. Listen, Commander is like that. Let me listen. I've known Commander very shortly, but I know when you see a good thing rolling, she rolling with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Commander. I'm just saying.
Man,
I'm in trouble.
Look, we all love Word. We all rock with you, but man, that mic gotta go. You need to treat that mic the same way that old lady did in the end of Titanic when she tossed the heart into the ocean. Just go to the end of the cruise ship and just toss that mic right into the heart of the ocean and just watch it sink all the way to the ground. And that thing is done. That thing is finished.
And don't do no live about that damn mic tonight, please. Don't do it.
That mic's been on 2%. It ain't no charge in that. That thing done had it.
The trouble was on -30.
Yeah. That mic is reciting the same lines Oprah Winfrey said in Color Purple. All my life I had to fight.
Oh, now blame the phone. It's the phone, guys.
Nah.
Y'all, he needs a new phone too.
Dang.
Cash App.
Hey, we just gonna take you whenever your birthday is, we're gonna take you Best Buy and go shopping and stuff like that.
We can't wait a minute. We can't wait that long. That's too long.
All right, well, I guess whenever we have like
We gotta wait to 2025.
Oh
I know
man,
word. We're gonna do something for you for Juneteenth. We're gonna set that mic free. Free at last. Free at last.
free at last.
Father's Day.
Yeah, there we go. Father's Day. Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, we're gonna buy Word a ton of gifts. We're gonna get him some speakers. We're gonna get him the same mic that Kid and Play used in the house party, the one that Martin had brought for the party. We're gonna get him a whole new soundboard, everything. It's gonna really look like the Matrix. Just it's not gonna be all the static and all that stuff going on. So we got you, Word. We gonna hook you up. We're gonna get you a whole new headset.
And
Everything.
don't bump the table. Whatever you do, don't bump the table. Word. Just tell you, don't bump the table.
Don't bump the table because we trying to mix. Just tell Groove and Chill to keep a distance and stuff. While you mixing. So, but yeah. So that's pretty much all I had to say, ladies and gentlemen, about this topic. So again, now I beg the question: what have we learned from everything that you guys have heard us talk about? What have we learned in tonight's episode? So
Stay off the internet. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be possible or not. The internet's just
Stay
so
off
good.
the internet, kids.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to play nice.
Exactly. Like I said, we just got to get back to just the positive elements of just everyday life and just having fun and just being entertaining. Because you think about it, when everybody's entertaining, coming together, you find look how much happiness, look how much we accomplish from it. Look how much fun everybody has when we all come together. Differences get put to the side. There's no negativity. There's no drama. There's none of that nonsense. And, everybody's just rocking out, enjoying each other's company. That's how it needs to be with any and everything we do. Nobody should be stepping on anybody's toes. Nobody should be making others people feel less of themselves or feel worthless and useless. Like, we all have God-given talent and skills from the man above. So we have to utilize those and use those to get to where we need to be and do all the things that we wanted to do in life. And it's just that simple. Simple as that. So, big shout out to everybody coming through tonight. Big shout out to all my 9%ers. Much love to y'all. Big shout out to Rodney.
Rodney, you in trouble. You about to lose your job, Rodney.
Right? Rodney, it's on. When I see you, it's on sight. And rest in peace to quick moment of silence for Words Mike. Amen.
No, we really did it though. We really did it though. And also on a serious note, Santina, we know you're not feeling well tonight. We really do want you to, try to relax and get well soon. With you in our prayers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Get better, Santina. That's our other 9% member. Shout out to her. Yeah, definitely rest up. Continue to watch those soap operas. I was telling Life Hospital, All My Children, Bold and Beautiful, guarantee. Watch the whole marathon of that, you're gonna feel a lot better.
Ooh, BDB, I thought you was joining the word. I swear, I heard that little. I heard that. I was gonna say BDB.
I'm good. Was. I got solid mic. I made sure. I made sure I got the house party. Ain't nobody bumping the table over here except me. Oh man, yeah. Where I keep telling Word, you got to stop going to Dollar Tree and buying them those 99-cent sound systems. They don't work. They don't last. No matter how many batteries you keep swapping out, it's just gonna keep happening over and over.
I think the kids put the Play-Doh on the mic.
Right?
We ain't doing. I got my one finger up. Excuse me.
And that might sound like it was taking a bath or something. Just sparks and everything just going off like.
My mic is on his way. Where Word? What are you trying to tell me in chat? I see you.
He said your mic is on the way. Oh man, I don't know, Word. That mic was sounding crazy.
Oh wait a minute. No, don't you send me that damn mic, Word. Don't do that.
No, look, that's the other thing too. Make sure you guys have proper mics when you're doing your live streams. Otherwise, you're gonna be sounding like a replica of T-Pain and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't want that. You know, no more the auto tune and all that stuff like that. So that was sounding crazy. Sounding using it like a digital dimension and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, we learned today. If you're gonna have a channel, get yourself a good mic, grow yourself a backbone, and block Rodney.
Block Rodney.
Rodney, you're on timeout.
You on timeout. You know, I think Rodney might have had something to do with Words Mike. He might have hacked it and. But no, on a serious note though, yeah, that's today's episode. You know, what have we learned? You know, the good and the bad and the ugly about YouTube and, you know, all the effects that it has. Again, like I said, you know, make sure this is something that you want to do. And if you are going to do it to the fullest and enjoy it. You know, have much success with it. Have fun. Build, network, connect, establish, grow as much as possible. You know, be appreciative of any and every bit of support that you get, you know, no matter where it's coming from. Be grateful of that and use that as your motivational fuel to keep going and continue to rise and shine like the sun with it. So that's pretty much it. I'm your host, Big Daddy Beard. It's been another episode of We Need Answers. We definitely have more on the way. If you guys have any topics for us too that we can definitely talk about and chime on, we'll definitely do so. For all my 9%ers, if you guys have any topics, definitely feel free to bring it to the table and, you know, definitely let's talk about it. Because like I said, we need answers. Our motto over here is we're only saying what everybody's thinking. But I'm up out of here. Peace and love to everybody. And the 9 we trust. And take us on out of here.
Good night, everyone. Good night, 9.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race.